Which, hey, hot take fudge, overrated. All right, moving on to my honorable mentions.
Excuse me, soft serve shit stain. What did you just say about fudge?
I thought you were just about to say from a neo-Nazi, and I was like, don't. The sheriff department will put up, like, the days or the week's mugshots. Bet you're going through that and there's a fucking picture. Why are you so mad about vegetables?
Well, let me tell you, they just sit in a wheelchair all day doing nothing.
Welcome into the Functional Idiots podcast. That's too far. There we go. Episode 51. My name's Cole. As always, I'm here with Dillon.
Hello.
All right, Brianna, you could be a little bit more talkative than that. That's all right. Anyways, it is officially November, and we're already into what some would call the holiday season, because you got Thanksgiving coming up, you got Christmas coming up, and all that stuff. But more importantly, you got Black Friday coming up. So Best Buy is about to be a fucking homie. But no, so last weekend, after we recorded, because I think we recorded on Friday last week, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Well, we're playing Call of Duty, playing the shit out of that, right? And Dylan's girlfriend Brianna is on there. One of the rare times we let her out of the kitchen, but. We're playing, and then out of nowhere, she's like, "Oh, Dillon, it's November, so we got to go get a Christmas tree soon." And I'm like, "Excuse me, what'd you just say? We gotta go get?" I'm like, "It is November fucking 2nd or 3rd, whatever day it was. It was November's 3rd. You're already talking about getting the Christmas. We haven't even reached Thanksgiving yet.
You know the struggle I go through now."
And then Dylan's like, I know, Cole, I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. Cole. I was like, "Why can't you wait until after Thanksgiving?" Now, if you go to Meijer, and I'm not blaming Meijer for this. They're doing this because people are fucking buying it. It's the reason why now Black Friday is now Black Friday, or is now Black Week, right? Because whatever the deal on Black Friday is the whole fucking week. It doesn't. Yep. It's stupid now, And for a while, their stores are open on Thanksgiving. It's like, it's not the store's fault. If people are going to do it, why wouldn't the stores do it? So I was like, oh, that's a little ridiculous, And then I walk into a truck stop in North Carolina, and I walk in November 4th. They're playing goddamn Christmas music. I'm like, are you for fucking real? It is November the 4th, and we're already playing Rudolph the Red-Nosed fucking Reindeer. Are you shitting me? Like, come on,
oh
man.
Oh, my God. I hate... Okay, listen. I'm fine with setting up Christmas stuff, okay? Like, especially stores, because you get your deals in and whatever before Christmas. Whatever. Not a big deal. But people put up Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving. It's like, wait until after you've already slaughtered the turkey, please. Holy shit.
Just because you buy the decorations doesn't mean you need to put up the decorations right away, okay? Yeah, I don't get it. And there are some people... I don't know if any radio stations... I don't know. I think the truck stop I was at, they just have like a playlist of music they play. They don't play like a radio station, right? Through the, know. So obviously they just went to like Spotify and they're like, oh, it's fucking July 6th, time for Christmas. No, it's fucking not, asshole. But I don't think there's any radio stations, at least in the Grand Rapids area where we're at, that's playing Christmas music. But I'm like with you. Wait till after Thanksgiving. Like, I know there's some people that like their Thanksgiving tradition is they'll put up the Christmas tree. Yeah. That's fine because it's Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving, you start rolling into the Christmas season. I understand that, right? But putting it up November 4th, 5th, 6th, anything prior to Thanksgiving, it's too fucking early.
I'm coming.
Right? It's like everybody forget it's like November and it's automatically like besides
then she has me by the balls, but
well, it's because as I said, that's just because Dillon wants some of that puss. But it's besides November, other than that, nobody. It's like November and December just merged into one big month. when it comes to
Nove dick.
celebrating Christmas. Yeah, exactly. I don't get it. It's like November 1st comes around and everybody's like, oh, it's Christmas. Like, what about Thanksgiving? Think what?
Oh, yeah,
never
I
fucking
forgot
mind.
about that.
Never mind.
You forgot about that.
It's just like, can we just...
It's the only time of the year I get fatter. Ha! I get fatter all the time of the year.
I've always said the worst time of the year is Thanksgiving to Christmas because they're usually exactly 1 month apart, give or take a couple days, right? And you get fat as fuck on Thanksgiving, right? Because there's all a shitload of food, and then you got fucking leftovers that last like a week, right? Because there's all that bullshit. All right, you finally get off of that.
Turkey's so fucking dry, it looks like the lady from SpongeBob asking chocolate.
I remember chocolate. I always hated it.
And I hate this fucking turkey.
And then, you get like 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden it's Christmas where you're going to eat out of house and home again, right? You're going to eat an entire army platoon's worth of food yourself. It's, and then you get leftovers that last until the beginning of the year. It's like, oh my God.
Could you imagine people that just don't take a shit between that time and they just have the biggest monster deuce on New Year's Eve?
Pretty sure that may have been the first time that's ever been said. Could you?
Yeah, probably.
Can you imagine if someone went 7 days and then, hopped up on the shitter on December 31st at 11:50 p.m. And then when they, when it ticks over, they're like, oh, same shit, different day.
Same shit, different year, dumbass. Fucking
that too.
Hey, same shit, different day. Oh, wait, yeah, that would make sense. Never mind. I was trying to do like what you said. Okay, so Colton explained that because we did. When did we do like the fucking candy lists for?
Oh, a few episodes ago or whatever it was. Yeah, it was top 5 candies. Well, we started riffing on off-brand candies. Off-brand. What piss instead of Butterfinger, it's margarine finger. And then I thought about it like after when I was listening, I was like, oh, I should have said, oh, can you imagine if there was one that's called? I can't believe it's not called Butterfinger.
So Colton brought up the fact that we should start like riffing on each other more, or doing like those little
rifting.
Whatever.
We're not drafting. We're not drifting and rafting at the same time.
Somebody just text me on Discord, little fuckers. But anyway, so you brought up that we should start doing that more, and that was like, yeah, okay. Now this is my opportunity to fucking just go in on Colton, and then you're like, same shit, different day. Oh wait, yeah, it would work because it's 11:59 p.m. Fuck.
I mean, same shit, different year works better. Because, you can do the same shit different day the other 364 nights out of the year.
Right.
You can only do same shit different year at one time. I understand that. But it's like mine makes sense. Yours makes more sense, but mine still makes sense. So you're still an idiot. Congrats, Dillon. You're still dumb.
Boo wop.
So I just want to say, if you're playing Christmas music and you're putting up Christmas decorations and Christmas trees, and we have not reached Thanksgiving yet, you need to take a hard look at your life in the mirror, all right, and see what the fuck's going on. I like Christmas as much as the next guy. I don't like Christmas that much, all right? And I can't imagine... I walked into that truck stop and I'm like, oh my God, these poor bastards. They're going to have to listen to the same 20 songs on repeat for 2 fucking months. I'm like, you poor cocksuckers. Oh my God. Because there's only 20 different fucking Christmas songs out there. The only difference is like, oh, this one's sang by Carrie Underwood. Oh, this one's sang by Bob Seger. Oh, this one's sang by Mariah Carey. It's the same song. It's just a different singer. I mean, when was the last time somebody came out?
Same shit, different day. Yeah, that kind of shit.
I mean, when was the last time a new Christmas song came out? And I don't want a total dead space there because that's my answer. Exactly. Nothing. Nothing that's good. You'll have some like parody ones that'll come out and be like, I took a shit in reindeer's ass. Santa gave me a pooper scooper in my stocking. Don't know what he's trying to imply. Yeah, I don't.
What the fuck was that?
What was what?
What you just said. I just took a shit in a reindeer's ass?
I don't know. It's some bad.
What are we saying? What are we saying?
It's some bad porno flick, I guess. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Fuck Deer. I don't know.
Oh, that's fucking nasty. About shit swapping. Ugh.
Shit. Well, I mean, South Park was halfway there with the human centipede. You know, this has been a wild 10 minutes so far. We've gone for Christmas music talking about shitting in Rudolph's ass. Let's get back on track here a little bit. That's a good segue. I'm going to have to go to this one. So we're going to get on track here with NASCAR. Now, this was going to be brought up about 20 minutes from now. But I just had a great segue, so it's coming up now. So this weekend, at least the way we're recording this, when this comes out, it'll already be done and over with, is the last weekend for NASCAR, the Cup Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Truck Series. This is their championship weekend in Phoenix. Last weekend, they raced in Martinsville, and it was a cutoff race because of NASCAR's stupid playoff system. I'll run through it real quick. The last 10 races are in a playoff system. So the first is in the Cup Series. It's the same general idea for the Xfinity and the Truck Series. They just don't run as many races, so it's a little different, but it's the same idea. So the Cup Series, there's 36 races that pay points. The first 26 races are part of the regular season, right? And the last 10 races are part of the playoffs. And 16 drivers make the playoffs. Then the playoffs are separated into 4 separate rounds. The first 3 rounds are all 3 races, and then it all comes down to like a Game 7 style, one winner-takes-all race at the end of the year. In this case, it's been Phoenix. It's been Phoenix the last, 4 or 5 years. And then at the end of each, so in at the end of the 3 first rounds, there's a cutoff race. And after the end of that race, the bottom 4 drivers drop off from the playoffs. They're no longer eligible to race for the Bill France Cup or the championship. How you move on to the next round is you can either win or you could get in and buy points. Now, if you do your math here, right, it goes 16, 12, 8, 4. Well, if you're in the round of 8, right, and it's 3 races, and if 3 guys win races that are in the playoffs in the round of 8, one of those 3 guys wins the 3 races, that means only one guy gets in on points, right? And that's usually what happens every year is in the round of 8, the 3 races will usually be won by guys who are still in the playoffs, and then one guy will get in on points. Sometimes 2 guys get in on points, but usually it's only 1. So it makes the last race at Martinsville really interesting because if somebody's below the cut line that's the leader, it could shove someone who's, say, plus 30 to the cut line, except now a guy behind them is the leader of the race, so they would move on to the championship 4. So now that guy who was plus 30 in the cut line is out. Because if the guy who's leading wins the race, he moves on. So at Martinsville, Ryan Blaney was, excuse me, going into the race, Joey Logano had won at Las Vegas, so he was into the championship 4. And at Homestead Miami Speedway, Tyler Reddick won, so he was on to the championship 4. The 2 guys who were still in on points, if there was either a repeat winner or none of the 6 guys who hadn't won in the round of 8 won at Martinsville, and nothing changed. The 2 guys who were going to be in on points was Christopher Bell and William Byron. I think Christopher Bell was plus 25 or something like that to the cut line, and William Byron was plus 7. Below the cut line was Kyle Larson. He was minus 7. Then it was Denny Hamlin, who was minus 16. Ryan Blaney, who was minus 30-something, and Chase Elliott, who was minus 50-something because he got freaking screwed over at Las Vegas and didn't do very good at Homestead. So we're getting down to the end of the race, and Kyle Larson is the leader, and there's 50 laps left. Well, they go around, and at this point, Christopher Bell, who just had to have a mediocre day, has had one of the worst days ever. He got spun early in the race. He got hardly any stage points throughout the race, and he ended up getting lapped because he got caught out by pit strategy, and he got caught a lap down, and he didn't get the free pass. The free pass in NASCAR is when the caution comes out, the first guy 1 lap down. So whoever's ahead, the first guy 1 lap down gets the free pass. He gets a lap back, which usually means he gets to go back on the lead lap. So we go back racing with 80 to go or whatever it was, and they're going. Kyle Larson is the leader. Now Kyle Larson is now going to be in, right? Now, because Christopher Bell was so far back in the field and he didn't have any stage points, William Byron was actually going to pass Christopher Bell. Well, then Chase Elliott goes up there and pass Kyle Larson. So now Chase Elliott would be in. And William Byron would still be in because Larson didn't have more points than William Byron that day. Well, then here comes Ryan Blaney, and he passes Chase Elliott. So now Ryan Blaney's going to be in, but once again, William Byron is still going to be in via points. Well, during that whole process, they passed Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace drives a Toyota, and Christopher Bell drives a Toyota. That'll come up important in a minute, okay? Well, during the last 80 laps, which is a long green flag run, William Byron's car wasn't very good on the long run, and so he actually started going backwards, right? And he could only lose so many positions before him and Bell would swap, because every position in NASCAR is 1 point each way, right?
Yeah.
So Byron falls back to like 7th or 8th or something like that. He couldn't fall past 8th. Assuming a caution didn't come out and, re-rack everything. Assuming if it went green to the end, Byron could not finish any worse than like 8th or something like that. Well, here comes he falls back to 8th. There's like 15 laps to go or whatever. And here comes the next couple cars are Austin Dillon and Ross Chastain. Mm-hmm. William Byron drives a Chevrolet. Guess what Austin Dillon and Ross Chastain drive?
Ford
a Chevrolet. Oh. No, Chevrolet. Chevys. So you can imagine these two guys come up behind William Byron, and all of a sudden now they have run down William Byron, but now they don't pass William Byron. They just kind of sit behind him and run blocker. It was like the OJ chase. William Byron was OJ Simpson, and then Ross Chastain and Austin Dillon were like the cop cars behind him. I mean, that's what it was like. I mean, it was like road closed, right? Well, because William Byron was +1. And he could not lose 8th because Christopher Bell held the tiebreaker over William Byron. So if they were tied in points, Christopher Bell held the tiebreaker. Well, all of a sudden, with 3 laps to go, Bubba Wallace, who, mind you, was the guy in front of Christopher Bell, who was holding on to the free pass position. But now, since Christopher Bell and Bubba Wallace are both 1 lap down, if Christopher Bell were to pass Bubba Wallace, that would give Christopher Bell 1 point for another position gained, i.e. tying him with William Byron and moving on to the championship 4. Magically, with 3 laps to go, Bubba Wallace is like, I got a tire going down. And so guess who passes Bubba Wallace going into turn 3 on the last lap? Christopher Bell. Meaning he would tie William Byron and move on to the championship 4. However, he screwed up because 2 years ago, I don't know if you saw this, 2 years ago at Martinsville, Ross Chastain did what was called the Hail Melon. Because on the last lap, he was like 3 points behind Denny Hamlin to move on to the championship 4. And so he did a video game move and just kind of, put his foot to the floor into turn 3. And rather than like actually trying to make the corner, was like, hey, that wall looks like it can fucking fling the car around, and just turned right and rode the wall around 3 and 4. It's absolutely hilarious. It's funny every fucking time you watch it. Because it's like, you have everybody else who's running the bottom at Martinsville, because in Martinsville, it's a paper clip, and the corners are usually only doing about 60, 65 miles an hour. And so it looks like the cars on the inside are in slow motion, and Ross Chastain is like at 2 times speed, because it's so damn funny. He's just like, whoa, like a slot car around the corner, right? Right. Well, after that, NASCAR said, because it wasn't against the rules, you couldn't do that, because it had never been done before. Nobody was crazy enough to, I mean, it has been tried in the past, but it's like, no one's like, it's not going to work because the physics won't let it happen. Well, with the next gen car, it can happen because of how the car's built. But anyways, so after that, NASCAR's like, okay, we don't want you doing the wall ride because we don't want something coming off the cars and going through the catch fence or over the catch fence and in the grandstands, or like at Martinsville, because there's no tunnel to go under the track. There's a gate that you would open. What happens if the gate lets go? Oh my God, that'd be a fucking disaster, right? So like, all right, we don't want you doing none of the wall riding stuff. It's not safe for anybody. Well, Christopher Bell, now we move back to 2024, Christopher Bell passes Bubba Wallace into turn 3, gets loose, goes up into the fence, and then rides the fence through turn 4 into the start-finish line. He now has passed Bubba Wallace. He's tied with William Byron. He'd move on to the championship 4. 27 minutes later, NASCAR says, no, that's a wall ride. We won't let you do that. We are going to score you as the last car 1 lap down, meaning now William Byron is into the championship 4.
Damn.
You want to, but I bring up that because that was a very long-winded story, and I kind of said it fast. Ross Chastain and Austin Dillon manipulated the race because they basically parked up behind William Byron and would not pass him. Because if they were to pass him, William Byron would lose positions, lose points, and Christopher Bell would move on. Bubba Wallace, who said, I had a tire going down, which I'm not going to go into how tires go down in NASCAR or in racing, but how he started driving and claiming a tire going down, no, cars don't drive like that when tires are going down. 3 laps ago, he suddenly, he let way up. And when I mean he was a straightaway, he was probably 8 seconds ahead of Christopher Bell. In those 3 laps, he gave up those 8 seconds to let Christopher Bell pass him to get that one position he needed. Mm-hmm. And then Christopher Bell rode the wall. And so it's one of those situations where, like, you ever see where somebody they get put in a shitty situation, but something happens that, they're able to get out of it real quick. Like, that's exactly what happened in NASCAR. If Christopher Bell would not have ridden the wall, this would be the second biggest shitstorm in NASCAR past the other race manipulation thing in 2013, but I'm not going to get into that. Because now it's like, well, both guys manipulated or had manipulation to move on to the next round. And you could say, well, it's racing. Yeah, but it's kind of like the Deflategate thing that the Patriots went through. Where the balls weren't inflated enough because they're easier to catch that way. It's kind of the same idea. It's cheating, right?
Right.
You're not passing someone on purpose to help them in some way. That's not racing. If you're faster than the guy, you fucking pass him. Or you're slowing down to let a guy, slowing down by a shitload to let a guy pass you so he can benefit from it in whatever way. It'd be different if Christopher Bell legitimately ran down Bubba Wallace and passed him over a stretch of like 50 laps. But to do it in 3 laps is because I had a tire going down, a little sketchy. But then NASCAR was able to get a scapegoat because they're like, oh my God, we just got lucky that Christopher Bell rode the wall. And he legitimately rode the wall. I mean, by what they say, he rode the wall. He didn't do it to the same extent that Ross Chastain did it, where he went into the corner at 150 miles an hour and rode that bitch around. He didn't do it that way, but he still rode the wall, which is against the rules. It's under a safety violation. So then on Tuesday, NASCAR came out. They penalized Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, and Austin Dillon like 50 driver points. They fined them $100,000. Their crew chiefs, their race or competition directors, and their spotters all got suspended for this race at Phoenix for race manipulation. And they didn't do anything with Christopher Bell or William Byron for the race manipulation because the only person that did nothing wrong in this whole situation was William Byron. Yes, he benefited from the guys behind him driving blocker, but he didn't do that. He didn't do anything wrong. Christopher Bell went up and rode the wall. So, and that you can't do that, Right. Bubba Wallace manipulated the race by saying, I have a tire going down. No, you don't. Manipulated the race. Ross Chastain and Austin Dillon got behind William Byron, basically threw out a fucking anchor, right? Like, this is a good spot right here. Let's fucking pitch a tent. And just parked behind him. No, that's manipulating the race. And it's just like, can we go a week in NASCAR without some fucking controversy going on? Please. Just a week, man. No. A fucking week. Can we get it? Just do a week. It's unbelievable. Like I said, they went from having a shitty situation to deal with to 4 seconds later being like, oh my God, we just got saved. The Lord Christ has come. He has come. It is the second coming. Because if Christopher Bell didn't ride the wall, I don't know what they would have done. I have no idea what they would have done. Because both guys were trying to manipulate the race. But they were able to weasel their way out of it because someone fucking bailed them out. It's like, oh my God, man. So I'm just hoping that here at Phoenix, we have a clean race. After the fucking race, we don't need to talk to Elton Sawyer and have a fucking press conference and figure out why the hell officiating is a bunch of retards or the reason why we did this or we did that thing. I don't want to know who Elton Sawyer is for the next year, okay? I don't want to see his face on TV after a race trying to explain some bullshit. It'd be like every fucking week Roger Goodell having to come out and saying, oh, well, this is why the referees did that. Oh, well, this is why we did it this way. Oh, well, this is why we... It's like, shut the fuck up. It would be something equivalent to that. every fucking week you'd have to have Roger Goodell come out for the NFL or Gary Bettman in the NHL, the commissioner, and explain why the officials did something or why this was deemed not a catch or why this was deemed a catch. It's like, oh my God, I don't want to know who you are. Okay. Elton Sawyer, Elton Sawyer used to be a race car driver. He's getting more time on the media in front of TV cameras than he did when he was a driver back in the 90s and the early 2000s. I mean, it's please, can we just go a fucking week, man? Can we just go a week? Like the last 10 weeks in NASCAR, it's been just shit after shit after shit after shit. God damn it, man. Every time you think we finally settled down, guess what shows up the next day? It's another overnight delivery from Amazon of more horse shit. Hope you're ready for it. Oh my God. Speaking of oh my God, the Lions just don't give any fucks, do they?
Dude. Nope, they don't give a fuck.
I mean, they basically after when they were playing Green Bay after the first half, it was all over but the crying.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you think, Detroit scored all their points in the first half, or maybe they got a touchdown in the second half, in the third quarter?
Yes. Yes, they did, I believe.
Okay, but basically it was all over but the crying after halftime.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Green Bay covered. Well, you better, because when Amon-Ra St. Brown walks in wearing a shirt that says Green Bay sucks, you better beat them. You look like an ass out of you if you didn't do that.
Fun fact, I guess I guess on the back of Amon-Ra St. Brown's fucking sweatshirt, it said, the front said Green Bay sucks.
Yeah.
On the back it said Detroit fucks. And obviously they didn't show that. So
well, yeah, they'd have to blur that shit out. But and then they play. Who do they play this week?
The Texans.
The Texans. Now the Texans lost to. Didn't they lose to the Browns?
I don't know.
I think they lost to the Browns last week. Well, let us see here. I'm confusing them with
they're 6-3 right now?
The Panthers, because somebody lost to the Panthers last week.
That would be
whoa, what the fuck's going on? Oh, I'm sorry, they lost to the Jets. That's who it was. They played the Browns. No, they lost to the Jets. Who I think it was the Saints garbage.
That lost to the Panthers.
It might have been them. But so they play this week, and they're on Sunday Night Football. And you've said that Detroit's got a hell of an injury report for this week.
Yes. Oh, my God. Let me fucking bring it up, dude. It is fucking heartbreaking.
Man, Detroit's got 2 back-to-back games on primetime. They got Sunday Night Football this week, and then they play. Oh, wait, no, this is the Texans. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong schedule. The Texans do. No, I want the Lions. Give me the Lions schedule. Let's see. They play the Texans in prime time. Who do they play on? Ooh, they play the Bears. Do they play they play the Bears on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Man, that's always I always feel like the teams that play on Thanksgiving, their bye week should be the week before Thanksgiving. Because playing Sunday at 1 and then playing Thursday at 12:30 because Detroit's always the first game, man, that is a quick turnaround time. Like, really, really quick.
Yeah, so, all right. So, the injury report for the Lions at Texans. Taylor Decker, out. Broderick Martin, out. Jalen Reeves-Maben, out. Ifeatu Melifonwu, out. Emmanuel Mosley, out. Malcolm Rodriguez, out. And then Zadarius Smith, who we just signed, is questionable. But that's because he got traded from the Browns and didn't get a bye week. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We just traded him, and didn't we only give up like a 4th round or something like that?
No, we gave up a.
I'm thinking of a different trade. Then it was like a late round pick.
It was a 4th round pick and a 5th round pick for.
Oh, okay.
So 4th round pick for this year, 5th round pick for next year.
Yeah, but it wasn't like we gave up like, oh my God, 1st rounder. It wasn't.
Yeah, but we got
and he's a
7th rounder.
But he's gonna fill in kind of the Aiden Hutchinson role. I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
I mean, he's not gonna be able to do what
Josh
Aiden Hutchinson does.
Pat Kell is supposed to be back, so hopefully, fucking, we got something.
And obviously, no one's gonna be able to do what Aiden Hutchinson did because he was really good at doing the being able to get around the pack, basically, or whatever you want to call it, the scrum in the middle at the offensive or at the line, and being able to drag his scrotum over top the quarterback's face. He was pretty good at doing that. And I'm assuming he's officially out for the year with that. I mean, he'd probably be. And so even if they make the playoffs, I don't see why.
There is one condition, and only one condition, that Aiden Hutchinson gets to come back this year, and that's if the Lions make it to the Super Bowl. Dan Campbell has already said that if the Lions get to the Super Bowl, sorry, not if, when we get to the Super Bowl. Sorry, I'm being a Cowboys fan right now.
No, you just who's fucking sucked this year? They're fucking 500 barely,
dude. They're not what? They're not even 500. They lost.
I thought they're 4-4.
No, hell no, I don't think they are.
Maybe they're maybe they're 3-5. I thought they were 4-4. Well, it's gonna be hard to be a first round exit. You got to make the fucking first round to be a first round exit.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, they're 3-5 right now. 3.75 fucking losers. Sorry. Oh, they're just sweet victory. Yeah, it was nice to see the Falcons win against them. That was pretty good. But
yeah, they dragged their courage bags over top of them, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, then they play the fucking Eagles next week. Well, Nick Sirianni runs a fucking Rocket League football offense, so they might be able to backdoor their way into a win on that one.
So, yeah,
Who do they play at Thanksgiving? Oh, the Giants. Well, they'll fucking kick the shit out of them. But all right, continue. Sorry.
Fucking Giants are god damn, dude.
Danny Dirks.
But yeah. So the only way Aiden Hutchinson is going to be able to return is if we make it to the Super Bowl, and I'm guessing it's not even going to be like in a full. Like, he's not going to be fully there. He's gonna play a few snaps.
Yeah, it'll probably be like play a snap.
Bowl.
Yeah, it'll probably be like play a snap this series, play a snap this series, play a snap this series, because he has a broken
labia and tibia.
Okay, yeah,
tibia and fibia.
Yeah, okay, so he has. That's a long recovery time. Normally,
yeah, 6 to 8 months.
Yeah,
Jeez.
And I would understand like he would want to play in the Super Bowl, but it's like why risk damaging your leg?
Well,
because it's like you're young. It's not like you only got like a couple years left. This is only your third year in the league, right? Or is it a second year?
Second year in the league.
Second year in the league. Okay, so it's a second year in the league. You got a long career ahead of you. Should hopefully, right? This isn't like you've played for 13 years and you might go one more. So there's a difference. It's like, and it's not like the Lions are going to be going from good to shit overnight. Right. Probably, hopefully not.
Here's the thing. Dan Campbell commented on like how well he's actually healing, and they say that he's healing pretty well, like relatively quickly. Obviously, they're not going to push him to fucking play, while he's still not using it. But, yeah, Dan Campbell said for sure he would want him in the Super Bowl.
I think it would be nice because it would help. It'd probably help the
fucking donkeys
for the guys, for the other teammates, because they're like, hey, if he's here, I'm here, right? He broke his fucking leg in half. Like it's one of the things we show the replay on TV once, and then that's it. We don't show it again.
They didn't even show the replay.
Oh, they didn't even show it?
They didn't even show it.
So that's when you know it's bad, when they don't even show you a replay.
Same thing with Nick Chubb. Oh my god, dude! Did you see his injury last year?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh my god, it is fucking dude
gruesome.
Yeah, like his whole it's worse than Aiden Hutchinson's. Like his fucking knee made a U almost. Ooh. It was fucking bad, dude. It was bad.
Today's letter is the letter U. For you're fucked.
You're fucked. You're fucked, buddy. Yeah, poor Nick Chubb. He's a pretty damn good running back too.
I bet he never got made fun of for that last name.
Chubb. What's up, Chubby?
What's up, Chubbs? You got a little Chubb down there? So, I just wanted, besides the NASCAR and the Lions thing, I hope, because the Lions are 7-1. They're fucking rocking and rolling right now. Whoever, if you're in the betting game, whoever the Packers are playing, bet the other team, because whenever a team plays against Detroit and loses, they get the shit kicked out of them the next week. It's the Honolulu hangover. I think the game versus the Titans, it was definitely sloppy for the Lions. The only reason they won is the Titans forgot how to play punt returns.
Just like how you forgot to speak there for a second.
Exactly. Hey, I got a sound effect for that.
We finally beat Medicare.
So and like last week they did a lot better. Obviously the Packers they're not a Lions caliber team, I would say, but they're not the Carolina Panthers. I'm sorry, the Charlotte Panthers, as I call them. So they're pretty decent. I mean, I would say if you had the Packers and if it was a healthy team and you had the Vikings and they were healthy, that would probably be one of the more even matchups you could get right now. I would say the Packers and the Vikings, if everyone was healthy, that would be a very even matchup. I mean, you had Sam Darnold absolutely balling out of his mind beginning of the year. I don't think that would continue on. But Jordan Love, Jordan Love, if he decides to keep playing what he's getting paid, rather than throwing flea flicker pick sixes, that would probably be a pretty even matchup. Now the Bears, they're okay, I guess. They're not terrible. Obviously the Lions are fucking top tier football team right now.
Yeah.
I would now this is a pretty big limb, so it's not like I'm taking a risk here. The NFC North is probably the most competitive division in the league right now.
For sure. But I thought I saw something about like the NFC loss and wins, like for each division. We have the lowest amount. I think we have 13 losses, 21 wins, some bullshit like that. It is fucking wild. Like, we are absolutely cooking everybody else in the league.
Yeah. Well, and because I know at least 3 out of the 4 teams have winning records. I think the Bears are 500. If not, they're one game back of 500. Right, they are 500. So everybody has a winning record, which is the only division that has that. So that tells you right there that that's a good division. If every team in the division has a winning record, right? Now the most bullshit division is the fucking Kansas City Chiefs, because it's them and then high school football after that. I mean, if you look at their schedule, it's like, yeah, they should go fucking 17-0. The hardest team they played was them fucking selves in preseason. Like, it's ridiculous. The schedule they have. I mean, part of it is the division they're in. So there's 6 games right there that you can't control. That's how it's going to be because of what's in their division. But it's like, you would think, I know there's a whole, not algorithm, but whole like plan or makeup of how the NFL decides who plays who. Obviously you play your 3 division teams twice, right? One at home, so there's 6 games out of 17 there. And then you play, I think, like 2 teams from a neighboring division, and then you play 2 teams from this AFC division or some bullshit, and then you play these 2 teams, and then you play these. It's like it's like this big convoluted thing. But you would think if a team wins a Super Bowl, you would be like, okay, you get an extra hard schedule because you're the best of the best. So you get a harder schedule outside of your division. You're gonna play the Detroit Lions. You're gonna play the Philadelphia Eagles. You're going to play I would say Cowboys, but they're kind of ass right now. But if the Vikings keep playing the way they've been playing, you're going to play the Vikings. I get some of it. The NFL can't completely foresee who's going to be good, but you can't tell me when they're making the schedule like, yeah, the Raiders are going to go fucking 13-4 next year. No, they fucking ain't. What kind of crack are you smoking? No, not a chance, the Chargers are going to go 15-2. The fuck they are. They're going to go, they might be lucky if they go 7-8. I think if you win, or if the farther you go in the playoffs, the harder your schedule should be, right? So if you are a first round exit like the Cowboys, okay, yeah, you should get a little bit harder schedule than the teams that didn't make the playoffs. but the team that makes, wins the NFC or the AFC championship, they should get a fairly difficult schedule. Like, okay, you've proved that you're the best of the best. You're not going to be able to play the Panthers 15 times. Okay? Like, give them something that's actually good. Like, that's my problem with the NFL right now, is that the quality of football, outside of a couple of teams or a handful of teams, is freaking garbage, man. Absolute garbage.
It especially sucks when you get like shit that's like what the Chiefs are doing. Somebody, who was it? Colin Cowherd said, if the Chiefs weren't, this is at the beginning of the season, if the Chiefs weren't 4-0, they would have the worst offense in the league, or one of the worst offenses in the league. Yeah. And I wholeheartedly agree. Who do you have on that team except for fucking Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes? I mean, you don't get me wrong, there's weapons, but it's just let's see.
So, according to Fox Sports, the offensive rankings, if you go by offensive yards per game on average, the Ravens are first, which is not a surprise. The 49ers are actually second. The Commanders are third, the Packers are fourth, and the Buccaneers are fifth.
For what are these again?
These are offensive yards per game.
Okay.
Average yards per game. The Eagles are sixth, the Lions are seventh, eighth is the Falcons, Seahawks ninth, the Chiefs are 10th on offense. Last is the Patriots, 31st is the Browns, 30th the Panthers, Raiders 29th, Bears 28th. If you look at it, offensive touchdowns, the Ravens have 39. I mean, they're the only team in the high 30s. The only other team in the 30s are the Buccaneers at 31, the Lions at 32, the Bengals at 33. So there's only 4 teams total who have 30 or more offensive touchdowns. And the Ravens are going to have over 40 by the end of this week, because there's no way they're only going to be held to field goals. Right? The Ravens are... We just got to hope, because the Chiefs are going to bullshit their way to the AFC Championship game. It's going to happen, right? So we can only hope that the Ravens decide to actually play fucking NFL, actual football, and beat those cocksuckers. Because the Chiefs have 23 offensive touchdowns this year. I don't know where that ranks overall, because I'm not going to go through the whole list here, but I can tell you there's quite a few teams are ahead of them. 23 is not a lot of offensive touchdowns. I don't know how many defensive touchdowns they've gotten.
Well, if you look at their standings, they've only beat almost every team by 1 score. That is it.
Yeah, well, okay, here's an even better thing. Total scoring on offense. Guess who's first? The Detroit Lions at 32.3 points per game via offense, so not like pick sixes, obviously. Second is the Ravens, 31.8. Commanders are third. I'm sorry. Redskins are third at 29.2. Bills are fourth, 28.9, 28.8 with the Buccaneers at 5th. The Chiefs are 10th with 25.4. So, I mean, they're not even really close to the top. In scoring, they're 10th. In rushing yards, they are 14th at 122.4 yards per game. The Ravens are first, obviously. That's no surprise. They got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. They basically got two running backs every play. And then passing wise, the Chiefs are 10th. So they're only 10th. They're only 10th, or the best they are is 10th in any category on offense, be it total yards, passing, or points per game by offense. I mean, it's like, that's what's so frustrating about it. Yet they're 8-0. It's like, what the fuck, man?
I mean, they almost lost to the Bucs.
Yeah, they got lucky because they fucking won the goddamn coin toss. Of course they did.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
But
the only thing the Chiefs are good at is third down conversions. They're 53.2%.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I was happy for the Chiefs' success. The thing is that now they're just getting so much attention, from the NFL, and then the refs are helping them. Yeah, fuck you.
Well, and with me is the whole the Taylor Swift thing, and then you see fucking Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce in every fucking commercial. It is State Farm, Pfizer, Subway. It's like, oh my god, man, give us a break. I don't want to see these two cocksuckers again. You know, back in the old State Farm where you had Aaron Rodgers, because he was obviously did State Farm commercials for a long time, and Patrick Mahomes, that was fine. You know, but and then it's just like, oh my god, it's just too much, man. It's too much.
Yeah, it's
like
God damn.
But well, it's more frustrating too because they have such an easy schedule. Such an easy schedule. That's what's more frustrating. Like, if they had a hard-ass schedule, like, say they were in the NFC North with the Lions and the Vikings and the Packers, right? And the Lions, Vikings, and Packers were all as competitive as they are now, right? And then they had to play the Ravens. They had to play the Eagles and the Cowboys and the Buccaneers, who are, I would say, they're pretty good this year. Then I give them more like, okay, yeah, you actually have a pretty difficult schedule and you're 8-0. Okay, you would have more, I would give you more credit. You're 8-0 against freaking shit. That's the difference. It's like when the Dodgers were playing the Chicago White Sox and they beat them 20-0. Yeah, you should. You have the best team in the league, and you're playing the team who set the record for the most losses in a season. Yeah, right. You should beat the shit out of them. It's kind of expected. Let's see what the Chiefs' schedule is like. In 2 weeks they play the Bills. That's probably going to be their most difficult game on the schedule. No, they've played the Ravens, and that was their first game. They played the Ravens, and that's been the most difficult game they've had until this past weekend with the Buccaneers. Like, they played the 49ers, except the 49ers were hurt to hell and back, so that wasn't much of a freaking game. They play the Broncos next, which yeah, right. And then they play the Bills.
Somehow they always beat them.
I don't know. But then they play the Bills, so we can only hope the Josh Allen decides to do Josh Allen things. Then they play the Panthers, who they should kick the shit out of. They play the Raiders, who are ass. The Chargers, maybe. I mean, if the Chargers start balling out pretty good there. Then they play the Browns. Yeah, right. They play the Texans, which they were good last year, and I think this year they're just missing something. I don't know what it is, but it's just not there. And then they wrap up with the Steelers and the Broncos again. Like, out of this, they play maybe their whole 17 schedule, like 3 games are like, okay, yeah, there's actually a good chance they would actually have to play good football there to win. But yeah, like you said, they beat the Ravens by 7. They beat the Bengals by 1. They beat the Falcons by 5. They beat the Chargers by 7. They beat the Saints by 13. The 49ers by 10. The Raiders by 7. And the Buccaneers by 6. They've only won by more than 10 points once.
Yeah, so it's just
every game's been a 1-score game basically. It's like, oh, I don't know, man. That's what's frustrating. It's like if they were kicking the ass out of them, they would be like, okay, yeah, it's kind of expected. You're barely winning these games, man. You're barely winning them. Yet you'll somehow bullshit your way to the AFC Championship.
So they're playing like how the Lions played 3 years ago, or
2 years ago.
4th year. Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Where we were just barely winning our games because we were in the middle of a fucking rebuild.
Yeah.
The Chiefs have a so-called dynasty, and they're barely fucking winning their games. It's fucking ridiculous.
Against teams they should slaughter.
Absolutely fucking slaughter.
Yeah, like if they're playing the Lions, yeah, okay, I would see why you'd only win by 3 points. You played teams that are you played the Saints, who looked good the first 2 weeks, have lost 7 straight since. They are ass. That's what it's like. Oh man, come on. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to some probably of the biggest news of the week, just because it kind of dominated the last 3 weeks of the news. The 2024 election. If you are somebody who's been living under a rock, which if you're listening to the podcast, you probably don't live under a rock, because you'd have to dig pretty deep to find this shit. Obviously, they're still counting votes in Arizona, which they will until Inauguration Day, because that's apparently Arizona has one person counting all their votes. But it was confirmed at like 3:30 in the morning, Wednesday the 5th, I think it was. Was Wednesday the 5th or the 6th?
Wednesday was the 5th.
No, Wednesday was the 6th.
Yeah,
today's
Wednesday
the 8th, 7th.
Yes.
Yeah, Wednesday the 6th. That Donald Trump is going to be president-elect. He's going to be the 47th president of the United States. Only the second guy to win 2 terms non-sequentially.
Yep.
Dylan, do you know who the other president to do it was?
Oh, fuck. I just read about it, too. Donald Glover? Whatever his name is?
What?
I forgot. Wait, no. Sorry. Fuck, what's his name? Gover. I forgot how to say his name.
Oh, but okay, Grover Cleveland.
Yes, Grover Cleveland. That's who it is.
Cleveland. At least
I said Grover.
Detroit.
I said Donald Glover at first. I'm like, that's childish Gambino, but right idea, bad execution. Yes, yeah. Grover Cleveland. That's who it is.
Cleveland. All right,
Cleveland.
Cliff.
God damn it.
All right, Cliff
At
Cleveland.
least we're not Detroit.
Who are 3 guys that have never been in my kitchen. But he's won the presidency. In fact, right now, depending on who you check, I think we'll go to the AP News, because usually the AP News, when it comes to election stuff, is what the other major news organizations basically follow, what they do. I believe the AP has him at, they have him at 295. If you go to Fox, they gave him Nevada, so he's at 301. But regardless, he's over 270. That's without a doubt, right? He's leading Harris by 4.5 million votes in the popular vote. Not that we decide presidents on the popular vote, which I agree we shouldn't be deciding them on the popular vote, but that's how it is, right? Right now we have 53 seats in the Senate. There's still 2 races going off in Arizona and Nevada. And then in the U.S. House, it is currently 200. Again, this is according to the AP. 212 for the Republicans, 199 for the Democrats, so there's still 24 races to be called. So far, the Republicans have flipped 4 seats in the Senate, because it was 51-49. And they have overall, I think they have flipped 2 or 3 seats in the House. I don't know for sure. If net gain, right? Now, both the Dems haven't flipped any seats in the Senate, but the Dems have flipped some seats in the House, but net gain overall, the Republicans have flipped more seats. But it's for sure the Republicans are going to have the presidency and the Senate. That's a for sure. It's just now we're just waiting on to see who gets the last 2 seats in the Senate. We're still deciding. We're still trying to figure out who's going to have it in the House. Although I think everybody kind of knows it's probably going to be the Republicans, because they only need 6 more to have a majority, because the majority in the House is 218. So they only need to win 6 more races out of the 24. Ideally, you'd like to have more than just the simple majority. You'd like a couple. You'd like you'd like as many as you can get, but you don't want to be right at the majority. You'd like to have, in the mid 220s at the least. So you could have some people that are like, ooh, they're like, they can't decide if they want to shit or get off the pot when it comes to voting on certain things. So I've said it before. I am a conservative mindset. And so on election night, on Tuesday the 5th, I'm like watching my phone as they're like counting states, and stuff like that. And they're giving states to this person, to that person. I mean, you look at it, Harris is going to get, New York, California, Washington, Oregon. Like the minute those polls closed, Fox News already, boom, gave all 3 states to Harris, because we already know they're going to go blue. That's a fact, right? New York, same thing. The minute the polls closed at 7 o'clock, whatever, or local time, whatever their polls closed, boom, the electoral votes are given to Harris. But same thing for Trump. Like when the polls closed in Texas, boom, they give him the 40. I think Texas has 40 electoral votes. They give him the votes. Same thing within like a lot of Midwest states, or same thing like Wyoming, gonna obviously go red. What's another state? They gave him Florida pretty quick, which was kind of surprising. Ohio, I think the minute polls closed in Ohio, they gave him Ohio. So it's the same. Obviously the Democrats tend to get more just because California has like 54 fucking electoral votes. Yep. Which is the reason why we have the electoral system, because if not, 3 states would be controlling what the whole country does. So when I went to bed at election night at 11:30, because I'm like, oh, well, fuck, I do have to work in the morning. They hadn't yet, Trump was ahead. In fact, I don't think he was ever behind electorally wise. But they had not given him North Carolina and Georgia yet. They were still counting. Although Georgia was kind of for sure because he had a pretty sizable lead and then what was left to be counted compared to what his lead was like it would be nearly statistically impossible for her to garner the votes. North Carolina was a little closer. Well, then I think shortly after, at a little after 12, they gave him North Carolina and Georgia. And then at 1 a.m. is when they gave him Pennsylvania, which is 19 electoral votes. And by that point, I think he only needed like 6 more to get 270. And then the winning was when he got Wisconsin. That's what put him over the edge, was when he won Wisconsin at, I don't know what time I think it was 3:30 in the morning they called it. So, or no, it was at 2 o'clock in the morning. I woke up at 3:30. And for all you people that have iPhones out there, and I'm sure you've seen it too, Dillon, if you flip for certain apps, they have what Apple has the live activities, so it'll have like a live activity on your lock screen. Well, when I was watching it, obviously every time I turn off my phone, I go on the lock screen, that would be there for Fox News, and it would just show the electoral counts. Well, at 3:30 in the morning, I wake up and I'm like, all right, well, they've got to be pretty close on deciding if they haven't already. And so I look at my phone and it's not there. I'm like, oh, they've decided already. And so I'm like, oh, please God, please God, please God. And I look, I'm like, oh my God, we're not fucked for 4 years. Yes. At least in my opinion, we're not fucked for 4 years. We have the presidency. And then by that point, we didn't have the Senate. And obviously we don't have the House yet. But I'm like, oh, it's a great day. And then immediately, back to sleep. So I can sleep like a baby now.
Yeah. So speaking of that, the videos I've seen about people, a certain belief set of people reacting is just a little bit much. All right.
Oh, I got a video about that actually. No, I don't have a video about them reacting to him winning. I got a insert foot in mouth kind of video that I want to play because it's funny. But yeah, continue on. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like, don't get me wrong. I don't feel great about it, but that's just because I'm moderate. I wouldn't feel great about it if Kamala Harris won. Because that's just my mindset. I think the whole fucking shit is stupid, but that's just me.
I know you're very anti two-party.
Yes,
I understand. I get that.
Continue to fucking be that, but
now, okay, but I want to put you on the seat here a little bit. If you had to choose between the two of them, who would you choose? If you had to choose one, right? Like they were the only. There was no independents running. They're the only two running for president.
Who? Kamala Harris
or Donald Trump? Yes. If you had to pick one, who would you rather have over the other?
Oh shit!
Because I agree. When they were doing the primaries, I still would much rather have Ron DeSantis have been the GOP nominee than Donald Trump.
See, that I wouldn't. I can confidently say I would not want Ron DeSantis. He's a little bit on the, in my opinion, he's a little bit on the crazy side. Except for one thing. One thing I did agree with that he did. I honestly think it was fucking, I don't know why we haven't done this sooner. He approved the death penalty for pedophiles.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, you know what? If that's what we're going, I'm fine with that. You know what? Fuck it.
Dillon is on board. Move over. I move over that seat. I'm sitting down. I'm aboard this train.
Now I've already. But
that's my belief. I would have. But again, I think Trump is still a great pick for the GOP and to be president. But if you had to pick one of the two,
so going back to way back when election time was still just a thought away. I did say that I don't think I could vote for Trump because of moral reasons. And what I mean by that is I'm not saying anybody that voted for Trump is, oh my God, they're a fucking terrible person. No, there is logic behind as to why you would want to vote for Trump. I mean, if you take a look at his track record, unfortunately it was during a time during the pandemic, but
well, if you just
in better shape
Yeah, if you just exclude 2020, because it doesn't matter who was the leader when that was going to go. It was going to be a shit. It was going to be shit.
Yeah,
it was going to go to shit, regardless of who was the president. So if we just exclude 2020, if you go from 2017 to, you could even go up until the February of 2020. But if you just do 2017 to 2019,
yeah. So in that time, I do think that while Trump's economy was better, that's just what happened. Like, yes, he's a convicted felon, but he's only a convicted felon on financial crimes. And, if you want to believe the other stuff that he's gotten charged with, cool. Whatever. That's what you believe in. My thing is Kamala Harris has a lot more policies that I personally agree with, like the abortion thing. That should be up to women. That should not be up to the government. That also being said, I say the same thing about the COVID-19 vaccine. That should have been up to people that wanted it. If they didn't want it, they didn't have to take it.
Okay, hold on. Let me enter you. Do you know what Trump's policy on abortion is?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's I believe I read something along the lines of it's the same thing as Arizona's, where up to 24 weeks. If anything were to put the mother's life in danger or incest and rape,
I think you're confusing him with RFK, because that's RFK's belief.
Oh, well, no, that's what I read, is that...
Oh, Donald Trump's belief, and this is what frustrated me, because, during election season, both sides lie in their political ads. They both do. The Democrats more than the Republicans. They said that he's going to do a bunch of things to abortion. But he said multiple times, yes, Roe v. Wade's gotten overturned, but if he's president, he's not going to do anything. Because Roe v. Wade made it to where now, and as it should have been, the states decide what they want. And that's how it should have been in the first place. The states decide what they want. They can decide what they want for abortion. If they want 9-month abortion, which is ludicrous, or if they want 20 weeks or 24 weeks or 18 weeks or 12, whatever they want. Let the 50 states decide what they want, because depending on where you live, it's different schools of thoughts. What they want in Kansas is not the same as what they want in California, or is what the same they want in Wyoming, or in Florida, or in Texas, or in New York. They all want different things because the 330 million people in the country.
So
that we know of.
So, in a roundabout way, if I had to choose between the two of them, I think I'd have to choose, unfortunately, Kamala Harris. But thank God there was independence, so...
Boo! You suck!
But that's just because trust me, there are things that I fucking hate. Specifically this one thing. When she was like, we have to be more woke. No, we need to be
less woke.
We don't. Nobody's going to be perfect. And I'm more so on the liberal, moderate, just because open-mindedness is pretty much what it is. Except, however, every time a president gets elected, I always give him a chance, no matter who it is. Like, when it was Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, thank fucking God it was Donald Trump. I'm not going to lie. Thank God.
Oh, yeah, I do. I think, if Hillary Clinton was in there, oh, my God.
There is one person I hate. I fucking disgrace fucking Hillary Clinton. I don't like her. I refuse to have,
All
whatever.
right, Dillon, you know what? All right, you know what, Dillon? You cool. You stay friends with me. You cool then.
The only
you
reason why
the
only reason if I got to choose to vote in 2016, I think I would choose Donald Trump.
I would have chosen Trumpster too. Now, did you vote in 20?
Yeah, I did. I already told you who I voted for.
Did you go independent or did you do Biden? I don't remember.
I did Biden.
Oh,
unfortunately.
Dylan. Okay, well then let me ask you this then.
It's hard to listen. The reason why, don't get me wrong. This last ballot, I was 18, and I was like, oh my God, okay, Joe Biden.
No, actually you were 20, but all right.
Oh yeah, sorry. 20 fucking idiots.
Math is hard.
Math's good.
Math
the reason,
hard.
like,
I know math stonks.
Like, and unfortunately, the only reason why I choose a big party is that's the only way my vote is going to count. I can't choose, libertarian or independent. That's what I believe in. But because of the two-party system, I can't vote. I physically cannot vote for them. I mean, I can.
You can, but
there's
it's not.
no
it's a waste of a vote. It's a waste of a vote. It's basically it's an anti-vote. Is when you vote for an independent, it's just like, I hate both these two main fuckers. I'm going to vote for this is a anti-vote.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
So
now,
just aligning with what I believe in as a moderate, not a Democrat or a Republican, conservative, liberal, as a moderate, it's just that Kamala Harris had what I thought, maybe not for the economy, but for a personality choice or personal choice on some issues, I agreed with more. Now, of course, Donald Trump has already said if a national abortion ban ever came across the desk, he would veto it immediately, which I agree with. The thing is I think with certain health issues, it should just be left up to the people that are with those issues. Because some people, extreme conservatives, think that if...
i.e. people Project 2025, but...
Yeah, fucking crazy motherfuckers. And don't get me wrong, there are liberals who are just as fucking nuts.
Oh, God, you just go to any college campus.
Yeah. So, the thing is like, with abortion, some people said they should be charged with murder for that, in that case. Well, then, a liberal person who understood, how an IUD works, is they asked, so anybody with an IUD should be charged with murder. Well, why do you say that? Well, because an IUD can allow conception to happen, except it prevents the fertilized egg from ever getting to where it needs to go into the uterus.
Yeah.
Effectively killing the life that is created.
Right.
So that's the issue. Is now, if this is my personal belief, right? I think there are far more important things to focus on than abortion, in my opinion. Abortion
Agreed.
is an easy topic. Let the women decide. Whatever. Boom. There you go. That's it. You make everybody happy. Guess what? Here's the thing. Here is the thing. Here's the beautiful thing. People, women, I'm talking to you now. Women that voted for Trump because of the whole abortion issue.
Oh, my God. Oh, sorry. That's the wrong thing. I did that by accident.
How does another woman's choice affect you personally? It doesn't.
That
is why I believe in a moderate belief system, because the simple fact, you could ask this question, how would somebody else's choices, who I don't know, who I don't have personal contact with, how would those choices affect me? They wouldn't. So there you go.
My thing is now I'm not totally anti-abortion, nor am I totally pro-abortion either.
Yeah.
Like if obviously for like rapes or incest, yes, or if something's going on to where if the mother is gonna fucking die, well then yeah, that makes sense. So you need to terminate the pregnancy, right? We don't need there's no sense in killing one life just to birth another one. What's the point here, right? That makes sense. But I think there needs to be a certain point where you can't be like, after 6 months, you know what, I don't want to be pregnant anymore, rip it out. No, because that after 6 months, that's a viable baby.
Now,
after 6 months.
If
you take out the life of the mother part, because by that point, if you were raped and you're waiting until 6 or 7 months to make your decision, sorry, you had time to think about it a lot sooner. Or same thing with incest, you had fucking time. So don't try to be like, oh well, it's rape. You had 7 months. And you couldn't decide in them 7 months? Come on, man. Sorry. You're carrying that bitch to term. Sorry. You had enough time to think about it. It's not like you get pregnant and then you pop out a baby in 7 hours.
So here's the other thing. Here's another big issue. Is a lot of conservatives tend to bring up the argument of, well, adoption is an option. Now, you're absolutely right.
If our adoption system wasn't fucked.
There you go. That's the issue, is that you can have people be forced to put their babies up for adoption. But how many babies would be put up for adoption, and how many of those kids are going to stay in the foster system? Because obviously, once you get to a certain age, you're then placed
18.
in homes. Well, yeah, 18 is when you get out. But
yeah.
I'm talking about like from a newborn.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Like 4 or 5. That's when you go into the foster care system.
It might depend on per state, but I would guess probably right around there. Yeah, probably right around there, because they want you probably to, before you start and get settled into like a schooling system, right?
Yeah. So the issue is now, is that baby / person going to be better off as, someone who, let's just say, happens to go into a foster care home, and it's probably one of the worst things for them, where they get abused there, mentally, physically, unfortunately, possibly even sexually. Those are things you have to consider for the foster, care system and how the adoption thing works. Is if you're going to take out one problem, which is abortion, then you better have a damn good solution on the other side ready to go, because the foster care in America, absolute fucking dog shit. Absolute dog shit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Now,
so that's why I don't bring up that argument. Is we could just put them up for adoption, because I know the adoption. Yes. If the adoption system was great to where like there was more people wanting to adopt than kids, then I'd be like, then just put them up for adoption then.
Yeah,
there's a difference there.
Like, there's not enough couples in the United States who can't have a baby, so they adopt a baby. There's not enough of those guys, and like. Big issues I'm talking about is, now this is why I like to go in the middle, because Kamala Harris, I don't like her policy on border control. We need to have border control, and I'm not talking about
what border control.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not talking about like, okay, there's already 11 million illegal immigrants already. Something like that. I don't know the exact.
Well, we don't know for sure, because
ton, right?
We don't know for sure, because that number is only the ones we know of.
Yeah.
What about the ones that we don't know? How many is that? Oh,
that's an issue. And do not get me wrong when I say this. I am all about letting people into America, right? Legally. Yeah, we have a system in place to do it. Now, should we improve that system? Absolutely. That system sucks dick too. Some people, I've heard some people wait, years and years to get into the United States.
Right, but
why are we waiting years?
But there's a way to do it. Like, of people that come over here because, say, they are. I'll take Lee Diffie for an example, because he comes to my head. Right, he does play-by-play for NASCAR for NBC. He's originally from Australia. He came to the U.S. and I don't know how long he lived here, but he was able to get a green card, quote unquote, same thing, or a work visa, to work here until he was here long enough to where he was able to actually get American citizenship. So There's ways to do it. Like, it's not like you can't come into America without citizenship. No, there's ways to do it and stuff. And you could be here on a work visa or on a education visa or whatever, and then be like, hey, you know what? I like it here. I might stay here if you are on an education visa, I'm saying.
Right.
And you can then start the process to go to an American citizenship. Once you start the process to get an American citizenship legally, we're not going to kick you out, because you have started the process, right? As long as you have started the process legally, we're not going to kick you out.
So,
do I think it can be improved? Yes. But do we need to start? Yeah. Do we need to do what we've done the last 4 years? Holy fuck, no. Absolutely not.
I was reading, I read an article, and it was from a quote unquote liberal side. Don't get me wrong, I don't breed very often from.
Who is it from? I'm just curious.
I actually don't remember.
Motherfucker.
Sorry, I can go to my history real quick. I literally did.
Oh, you have to tread through all the Pornhub videos. But anyways, continue on.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah, you know.
You know.
Yeah. I know how it is. You know.
Oh yeah, scissor.
So
Are you trying to have sex with me?
You know, I'm just curious about how like. Oh fuck! I guess I didn't. Son of a bitch.
All right, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. But so I was just curious about what Trump plans on doing, and I like his tax break thing. You know, giving workers a tax break, giving small businesses a tax break, and giving people that have Social Security, not tax.
No
break,
tax
sorry,
on Social Security.
Lowering taxes on that, and then
no taxes on Social Security or on tipped wages.
Which that.
I'm fine with that because the amount of money that it's not like that's going to be a big hit to how much money the U.S. brings in. But that little bit of money that is not taxed on Social Security or not taxed on tip wages would mean a lot more to the people that's going to than to the motherfuckers in D.C.
Now, the issue that I have is I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think he's going to get enough support for it. Is taking out income tax entirely and putting in tariffs, that I'm sorry, that is not a great idea. Taking an income tax, which 150 million people pay, which is what I looked up. I
think more than that pay into that, but
yeah, right. That's just that was the number that was thrown up. No, so
I thought the same thing you said. Thrown up.
The issue with tariffs is obviously it's a tax on imported and outgoing goods, right?
It'd be imported goods.
Just imported, yeah.
Like if something's made in China, we would put a tariff
and then it
on
comes here. Yeah, you put a tariff on it.
You put a tariff on it.
The issue with a high tariff is nobody's going to want to send us stuff. Obviously, that'll create jobs, which is a good thing. But it'll also instead of having income tax come out and keeping our prices the same, all the prices for every good and service is going to go up because that's a capitalistic economy. That's just how it works. It's like, okay, well, this company's not making enough money because they had to pay tariffs. Guess what? We're going to hike the prices up here because.
Well, I mean, think about it. If a widget from Shanghai, right, costs $5 to make, and they're going to put they're going to chart or retail it for $7.50, right? So they're going to make $2.50 per widget, right? But if you put a 100% tariff on it, well, now it's going to be pushing $14 to cost you because of how the tariff system works. Well, they'd be losing money on each widget, so now they got to push the price up. They got to pass that along, right? I think that's what people forget about. It's like, oh, capital, they're just doing that because they can't make. No, they got to move the cost somewhere, man. They can't just eat. They can only eat so much cost before they go out of business. Unlike the government, they can't just be raising their debt limit.
Right. So, in those senses, yeah, I agree with it, and I'm glad that he's already came out and said that he won't. Now, I don't. Obviously, people do different shit if they, from what they say sometimes. So,
well, I thought he was going to get rid of the income tax and then put in a national sales tax, which I've not said anything that I don't. I'm going to point out two things right now. I do not like ideas that he's come up with or that he thought of. Okay, because I've said nothing but good things about him so far. One of them is the national sales tax. That I don't think that would work because I don't know what they would have to put the sales tax rate at.
Some people say about 30%.
They don't, but that's all estimation. You don't know because you just don't know, right? Because now rather than taking 15% out of every paycheck I make, I'm going to be getting that extra 15%, which is more spending money. So it's more money I'd spend. So do you really need the sales tax at 30%? You actually only maybe need it at like 22%. Because now people are going to spend more money. You just don't know, right? But the reason that the sales tax came in is because then the big billionaires, there's a reason to get a little bit more money out of them. Because now everything they buy, there's a tax on it. Everything they buy, right? They're paying a sales tax. I don't like that. I haven't heard of the one that he's replacing income tax with tariffs. I don't think the U.S., even if he did, I don't think the U.S. could bring in enough money through tariffs to cover the income tax.
That's another thing that...
And then the other thing I don't like, because I don't think there's a true proper way to regulate and monitor it without people cheating, is no taxes on overtime pay. I don't like that idea because of, I don't think I don't see how there's a way you could easily do it. I mean, unless, QuickBooks put it into their system. I know because a lot of companies use QuickBooks for their payroll. Like the company I work for, they use QuickBooks, not that, which is fine. That's, it's an easy thing for people to do because they can just plug in their information. What do they make? And then it takes all the taxes out for them and their 401k and health insurance if they have all that stuff. Right. That's fine. I'm just saying, it's a payroll, system. So there might be a way to do that, but like for me, I don't get paid by the hour. What about people who are salary? Not everybody gets paid by the hour. What about people that work for themselves? They don't get an hourly wage. And so I don't like that because that's not something everybody's going to get. If you're going to pass something, at least do it to where at the very least 95% of the country is going to be able to benefit from it. Yeah. If it's becoming tax cuts, right? That's where I'm at, especially something like that. I don't like that idea.
So I obviously, we got other shit to talk about, but I would like to say a final note. I do have to say, because I watched both Trump's victory speech and Kamala Harris's
concession speech.
Yeah, concession speech.
Not the speech where you concede about hot dogs and pop drink. No.
Both speeches, in my opinion, were both very... Trump's was kind of just all over the place, but I got to give him some slack. I mean, it's probably like 3 in the fucking morning.
Well, it was 3 in the morning.
Nobody's...
Well, and if you listen to it... Right? Did you listen to it? He did a podcast episode with Joe Rogan.
I have not listened to that.
Oh, it is a good listen. I would say that. Not saying because I'm pro-Trump. It is just a good listen overall. But because they bring up some good points about what he's done and then how... Because it wasn't like, it's like, oh, it's just a 3-hour campaign rally. No, it wasn't. It was not a campaign rally. Rogan kind of talked to him as, like, we're talking here. Like a normal conversation.
Like, I thought both speeches were respectable in their own ways. Like, Kamala Harris took it right on the chin. She lost. She was like, yeah, whatever. And she said, she was like, yeah, it's okay. Now, some people, again, overreactions, fucking crying and shit about it. Get over it, all right? You fucking lost.
Did you see a bunch of universities gave students Wednesday off?
Yes, I did. Are you fucking serious?
Do you know what the NFL did too? They allowed teams to take Wednesday off after Election Day for no practice to recover from it. You want to know how many teams took that?
Fucking none.
31 out of 32 teams took that.
You're lying.
You want to know the only team that didn't do it?
Who?
The Detroit Lions.
You're goddamn right. You're goddamn, because we ain't no pussies. I mean, we are pussies. But
I mean, I think because I heard that and I was like, I bet most teams did that because we're basically halfway through the regular season, right? We're 9 weeks in. I think most teams took it as like, you know what, let's just give the guys a day off, right? Just go home. I think they more or less did it as a way for them to give the guys a day off,
break or whatever.
A break, because I mean, once August rolls around until however far you go into the playoffs, until basically December, it's a grind 7 days a week.
Yep.
So I think they did that just to give the guy like, you know what, let's just take a day off. Let's just give everybody a day off.
But yeah, just to like, I saw both speeches. Like, Trump thanked everybody in his campaign, his family, his wife, whatever. Very, respectable thing to do. Thank everybody. Thank all your supporters. Whatever. Kamala Harris did the same thing. Thanked everybody that, supported her. Unfortunately we lost. That's that kind of shit. So, I do have to say, of course, like I said, I don't dog on no president until after a certain amount of time. And, like Joe Biden, all right? A month and a half after seeing him at the fucking school and wandering off and then just standing next to a kid that was just like, get the fuck away from me, old man. Yeah, that was kind of weird, all right? So,
well, I knew it before he went in there. If you just watch the right sources through his fucking campaign, you're like, something's not right here, man.
So, but
I think
I always give
think
the time that each president deserves to have, where they're not getting immediately criticized. Like a good month and a half or so is where it's like, okay, now you can start to see what they want to set up for their year, rather than okay, this is the next 4 years. They got to go yearly because shit's gonna happen. Shit's gonna.
Well,
hit the
look
fan,
at COVID. It's not like anybody planned for that. You had to fucking.
So,
that was not. You couldn't even plan a year. You had to play the next couple. You had to plan the next 2 days.
Yeah.
So
it's just one of those things where like I said, being moderate, don't really care who wins. The only thing I care about is, as long as shit doesn't hit the fan too often, we'll be all right.
Well, so to go back on the tariffs thing, so I'm just happy right now because no more political ads.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my God, for both sides.
Holy
it's like
shit, dude.
I want just give me the regular commercials for the local plumbing company to fix my shit, or when I drop a freaking magnet dong down the fucking pipes. All right,
call 1-800.
Yeah, okay. Give me the fucking Empire flooring commercials. I'm glad that's over. Like the day after election day, everybody's like, oh, I don't care. It's almost like, I don't care who won. No more ads. No more ads.
And that's another thing is, like, people listen. It's election time, right? Thanksgiving is around the corner. I know damn well people are going to bring it up at family dinner, who they voted for and shit, right? In the end, it doesn't matter who you vote for.
In the end, Lincoln Park.
Exactly. That's another issue I've always had is when you choose somebody, you're basically putting a target on your own back because, certain people have certain reactions to how, you vote or whatever, or, that type of shit. We're all human beings. Most of us can be civil. I didn't say all of us. Most of us, hopefully. Most of us can be civil. Fucking
Civil.
God damn it!
Are you
serious over here? And I keep fucking shit up.
Are you a civilian now?
Civilian? Yes,
You're
sir.
an American civilian.
Civilian.
Citizen.
So,
yeah, I keep saying, don't shit on us when we misspeak. Now Dillon's over here.
Yeah, eat my words.
Sound like a fucking car starting up in the wintertime.
So, in the end, it doesn't even matter. No, I'm sorry.
In the end, Lincoln Park.
But overall, just, your friends can still be your friends because...
Yeah, if you are losing friends,
who...
if you lose friends because you believe one political side or the other, man, that's a problem.
It is.
Okay, now if it's to the point, like if you were like hardcore, like I can't believe you voted for Trump. What are you doing? You're a racist and a sexist. I'd probably stop talking to you then because you are a little out there. But the same thing back. If I was doing the same thing, I can't believe you didn't vote for Trump. What do you want? Fucking wars and all that bullshit. You'd probably be like, dude, settle the fuck down. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about this for 45 minutes and it's been civil.
Yeah, I'm not like.
I mean, we obviously we disagree. You said you would have, if you had to pick between the two, you would rather have picked Harris. Obviously, I voted for Trump. I kind of see where you're coming for when you wanted to vote for Harris.
Yeah,
not completely. There's a few things I would like to ask you about, like but we might not do that here because we don't have the time for it right now. But
like, don't get me wrong. Every person in the each campaign is flawed. Do not.
Every of the 330, 40, whatever the million Americans are, everybody's got flaws. Nobody's been made perfect. Nobody's perfect. You're going to either believe something that's a little out there or you're going to do something that not everyone's going to agree with.
Exactly. As long as...
Or you're going to go out there and beat Medicare.
Nobody kills each other and you're not doing shit that's going to make you fucking end up on the sex offenders list, we can be cool. That's it. I don't care who you vote for. You could fucking identify as a cactus. I don't.
Well,
give a fuck,
if for some reason if for some reason the head of the KKK was running, you voted for him, we might have issues. But
then we're gonna have some issues.
If you're voting pro neo-Nazi, we might have to have a chat.
Yeah. So there obviously there are certain exceptions, but for a majority of us, we're all people. We believe certain things. Okay, you don't have to disown your your family because they voted differently than you. It's just guess what? You have political differences. Talk about it. If
you know there's a really hot button issue and it always ends in arguing, then just don't bring it up. But if you can have a civil conversation like this has been the last, like I said, 45 minutes, then bring it up. Well, why did you vote for Trump? Why did you vote for Harris? Why did you vote independent?
Yeah. The perfect example I like to bring up is a few years ago, I asked Colton, we were just gaming, and I asked him, I was like, why do you specifically, like Trump? And
you didn't say Trump because this was before you said why are you
conservative?
You're Republican, conservative thinker,
whatever like that.
I'm more conservative than Republican, but yes.
And so we just had a discussion about it, like, oh, this is why I agree with a majority of their policies. That it's just I agree with it. Oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Obviously, you're going to go with what you agree with. Mm-hmm. But I guess the key takeaway from all of it is always have an open mind to other people's beliefs, because that's how you get shit done. Is like,
well, I mean, here's
conservative.
Here's an example for you. So
let me jerk you off now.
Yeah, let me give you some sucky. Here's an example for you. So, I mean, I've lived in the Grand Rapids area my whole life. My dad has lived in the Grand Rapids area, Michigan, his whole life. When we lived in the city of Grand Rapids, obviously the city of Grand Rapids is as most bigger cities are, or cities in general, they are Democrat. I mean, if you look at it, that's just a fact. But even if you look at regular state or Senate representatives of our state legislator, our state senator in the state of Michigan, my dad has always been, and I'm sure will always be, and I would be a Republican or conservative, right? But he's even said back in the 80s and 90s, yes, there's been times he's voted for Democrats because he didn't like the Republican who was running.
Yeah.
So it now it's changed now because I think most of the Democrat Party has gone completely off the fucking rails. But back then it was more moderate on both sides. There was only a few key. It wasn't like it wasn't like one's on one end zone and then on 100 yards away is the other one. No, it was like one's at the 40-yard line, the other one's at the 40-yard line. There's only 20 yards in between them, not 100. So I think he's done that before. He probably won't ever do that again because, again, I think that the Democrat Party has gone a little bit off the rails, especially when it comes to the woke shit. So it's not. And again, it may be sometime down the line. There's the same thing. There's a Democrat who's running who's pretty really moderate. He's only a Democrat just because that's the only way you're going to win.
Right.
And then the Republican who's running, which I don't really like because maybe he's too extreme or he's just seems like he's not going to really. He's just all talk, no walk. Then I might vote for the Democrat. I'm still, it's not like I'm going to go in there and automatically be like, nope, I'm just going to hit the all Republican button and move on to the quote unquote nonpartisan section of the ballot. So now I did this year because, well, first of all, in the county I live in, most of the people running were running unopposed because the county I live in is very heavily Republican. Same with the township I live in. I think the only people that because I was under nonpartisan. Yeah, I think most of the people were running unopposed. So like if they went in and voted for themselves, they'd win.
Right.
And so then it just came down to voting for state rep, state senate, legislator, Congress, and state U.S. senator, and then president. That was it. So that's why I hit the all Republican tab.
So, but yeah, I love. I think it's fucking hilarious that when we first started this podcast, we were going to be like, okay, we're not going to get political on here, and quite a few
wasn't this one. It was the last episode.
No. I'm talking about like.
Oh yeah. Well, it's hard because it encircles the news for like the big for the month.
Yeah. So
and it's like it's just throwing out ideas. Now, I do want to go back to the tariff thing because I didn't quite get off what I wanted to say.
yeah.
Do you know what Trump wants to do with the corporate tax rate?
No.
So like right now it's at 21%. And it was at 28%, I think, when he came in, or maybe like the low 30s. I don't remember exactly. And he wants it at 21. Now the Harris and all of them wanted to raise it. And I think the corporate tax rate is fine where it's at because guess what? If you raise taxes, guess who's going to incur those costs? Not the corporations. So there's that one problem, right? And then the reason you bring the tax rate lower is because, okay, so like think of how let's take Apple for example, right? They create a patent or a design for the iPhone 17, because we got the 16 now, 17 will come out next year. They will have the design in like Ireland, because Ireland has a very corporate friendly tax rate. It's like really, really low. And so they'll have the design in Ireland, and then they will lease that design or whatever you want to Apple in America for a fee. And then obviously, you know, Apple has Foxconn build it for them in China, and then it comes to the US and then they sell it for, you know, 100% markup, whatever, make their money. But then part of that fee goes to Apple in Ireland, which is a tax write-off because it's a fee, right? You can write that off on your taxes.
Right.
Now they still pay some US tax rate because of, you know, some of the stuff they do actually make in the US, like the MacBook Pros, they do make in Texas, I believe. The MacBooks, and obviously they are an American company, so they got to pay American taxes somewhere. But a good portion of it, they don't, because it can be written off in taxes because it's not actually their design. Apple Inc.'s in the U.S.'s design. It's Apple Ireland's design. It's just screwy shit like that. But if you lower the tax rate enough, because there is a fee to act, there is a fee or a tax to do that kind of shit, right? But it's not, you save so much money that it's worth the hassle to actually do that. But if you just bring the corporate tax rate down low enough, they're like, you know what? It's not really worth the hassle to do that. Like, how much money are we saving? Okay, how much of a pain in the ass is it? Is it really worth saving that much money? No. Okay, we'll just pay the extra money in the U.S. We'll just keep the money here. We'll just lease the design. We won't lease it out. We'll just patent it or give it the design to Apple U.S. or whatever you want to call it. And so but people think, raise the tax rate. But we lowered the corporate tax rate, but then brought in record revenues. That's weird. But then you want to raise? Do you know how economics work? So, but
you had to find a sweet spot where you're not going to go too low, and you're
right. And I think 21% is a good spot. Now, what he wants to do is he wants to lower it to 15%. However, only on products made in the U.S. So if you make a product made in America or have whatever you are selling made in America, then you only pay a 15% tax rate on it. Because the thought is, okay, you're paying for materials in the U.S. to build whatever widget, right? So that means whatever company you buy those materials from, you're giving money to them. So they got to pay higher taxes because they're bringing in more money. They got to hire people to do that stuff, so they're paying taxes too. Well, and now you're building this product overall in America, so you got to hire people in America. They're paying taxes. You end up overall, more tax money comes in, even though the corporations are paying a lower rate, because now more people in the U.S. are working, so they have more money to spend, which then goes into the local economy, and then those businesses have to pay more taxes because they bring in more money. It's how economics work, and I think people get tripped up on that we just need to tax the rich, tax the rich, tax the rich, tax the corporations. Like, you don't really know how this works, do you?
Right.
You got to find a sweet spot, and I think 28% or 29% is too much, because then corporations will go back to what they were doing before, where they were loopholing and backdooring their way through this shit. I like the idea of doing the lower tax rate of stuff made in America. I don't know. Maybe 15's too low. Maybe do 18%. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. Now, so I don't know. What about somebody for like Ford Motor Company, right? Now they build the F-150s in Dearborn, Michigan, but like the Bronco Sports, they build in Mexico. So do you only charge them 15% on the money that come from selling F-150s, but then it's 21% on the Broncos? Like how do you do something like that for the automakers?
Right. It's just.
And I'm sure I'm sure they'll figure it out. They'll figure something out. I'm 23. I'm not smart enough. I didn't take economics in college. I didn't go to college, so I can't say what they would do.
Man, you're still only 23. You're a fucking baby.
Dude, you're only 24 in a month.
Yeah. I'm already 20. I've been 24 for a month.
I said you're 24 and a month.
Oh, and a month. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and
but,
then I like the tariff thing because I heard this political ad where they're like, Trump's going to make you, or is going to cost the average American an extra $4,000 per year because of tariffs on stuff made in China. So everything that says made in China, yep, that's going to be more expensive because of tariffs. I'm like, yeah, but that's what I want. I want less of our stuff made in China. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, this is a pro-Kamala ad, but damn, it really sounds like a pro-Trump ad. Because I'm liking that idea of tariffing stuff coming from China. Like, I am personally, if you give me two things, if one's made in America, unless it's exorbitantly more expensive, I will pay a little bit more for something that's made in America versus something made in China or overseas overall, I should say, or foreign made. Even if it's Canada or Mexico, I'll still rather choose the one made in America.
I don't really care. In my opinion, I don't really care. I just don't want to pay out my ass for any product, like at all. I don't care where it's made.
And see, I think
it's just.
Go
ahead.
I think that's some of the problem, is that you don't care, and I think you should, because if you buy something that's made in the U.S., you're supporting other people in the United States. Personally, I don't give a motherfuck about the Chinese over there. They got 1.4 billion of them. Okay, you've got enough to fucking deal with.
I am all about supporting like local businesses.
Yeah,
because I didn't know for sure with 100% certainty
where your money's going.
Homegrown here, yeah, and it's going to whoever owns that business, which I know is an American-owned business. That I don't have a problem with. The issue is if I go to, for example, Meijer, and they have clothes that were made in Pakistan, which they have, I think, in
Pakistan, Bangladesh,
Palestine, whatever.
Palestine's not a country.
What are they? What is there? What are they then?
It's a region. It's not a country.
Oh, sorry.
But anyways,
Then it was Pakistan, whatever.
Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, doesn't matter, whatever. Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia.
So at that point, I'm supporting a corporation. I don't care where I put my money. They're going to take it anyways. And, however much they keep and send whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a corporation. All they care about is how they're getting money. They don't care.
Right. But what I'm thinking of is that I like somebody like Apple. Go ahead, sorry.
For like the UP, we went up there. You're goddamn right. I bought a fucking hoodie because I buy a hoodie. I'm a hoodie collector, I guess. I bought a hoodie, but it was from a gift shop in, where they're
a local gift shop or whatever.
They locally had it made or whatever. So I was like, yeah, you're goddamn right. I'm gonna buy a fucking sweatshirt. Yeah, because fuck those big corporations.
Well,
but, yeah,
like if you look at it now, you're obviously gonna have to buy from corporations, right? It's just inevitable to live an everyday life, right? But the reason I prefer, well, it's not the reason. There's multiple reasons why I prefer iPhones over Androids, but now I understand. Regardless if you buy an iPhone or if you buy a Galaxy from Samsung, it's being made in China, so that's a wash right there. However, when I buy something from Apple, my money is for sure staying in America because Apple is an American company. Samsung is a Korean company, right? Korean? Yes, Korean.
Yes.
So I can't be for sure that my money is going to, quote unquote, stay in America when it goes to somebody like, now I know there's Samsung USA, but it's a subsidiary of Samsung in Korea. So I'd rather my money stay in America where I know it's going to stay here than if I have the choice. Obviously on some things you don't have the choice, right? But if if Apple came out and said, okay, we're going to build our iPhones in the USA, but they're going to cost $100 more, I'd gladly pay that extra $100. Knowing that my iPhone, hey, it's made in the U.S. That's awesome. I'm supporting American jobs in the U.S. I'd gladly pay that extra $100
instead of the sweatshop over in
exactly
China.
Right. I mean, that's I know that I'm paying for people here that actually are going to get paid a good wage and aren't working in fucking a shithole.
Like that's why I try to avoid made in China stuff.
I do too.
I'm okay with like, all right, sure. I don't know what the situation over there is,
but China's the worst.
Sure, China. Yeah, we know what is going on over there.
Yeah, we know what's going on over there. So, if I have the choice, I'm gonna now. If they say, okay, we'll build iPhones in America, but they're gonna be double the price, I'll be like, that. No, sorry. I'm about supporting American jobs, but I'm not paying $2,000 for an iPhone.
Right.
To have it made in America. I'll give you an extra $100. I'm not going to give you an extra $1,000.
So, but yeah, like, don't get me wrong. I like you said, it's just a necessity that, eventually you're going to have to pay for something that comes from a corporation.
And I mean, it's the same thing with the automakers. You have Ford, GM, and Chrysler. Well, even now Chrysler, I can't be sure because they're owned by fucking Stellantis, which I don't even know where the fuck they're headquartered at.
I
think France.
Italy, I think.
France or Italy. I don't know. Not in the U.S.
They own Fiat and...
They own like 20 car brands, dude. It's ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But like Ford, I know is still headquartered in Dearborn, Michigan. GM, I still know is headquartered in Detroit. So if I haven't bought a brand new vehicle because they're fucking ridiculously priced.
The Netherlands.
Okay. But if I were to buy I've always said if I were to buy ever a new vehicle, and even regardless if it's new or not, I'm only ever going to buy American companies. Cars, right? And now preferably I'd like to buy, even if it was, if I got pissed off at Ford, if I went to GM, I know that Chevy Silverados are made in Flint, Michigan. That's like sweets. And I know the truck's made in America, and bonus side, it's made in Michigan. I know the F-150s are made in Dearborn, at River Rouge in Detroit.
So are the Broncos.
Are the Broncos made?
Broncos.
Are they made in the U.S. now?
They're made in Michigan.
Okay, they moved.
Not the Broncos sports.
The Broncos sports are made in Mexico. I know that.
Yes.
Yeah. So and I don't have a big issue with Mexico because there's still like car parts. There's still. I understand when you buy a truck or of any vehicle, it's not how much of it is truly made in America. It's just assembled in America. I understand that, but even there's still a bunch of parts within that are from American companies. Or they're from Canadian companies, but the Canadian companies had to buy stuff from American companies to produce that product to go to Ford to build the F-150s or to build the Mustang, made in Mexico. They had to buy shit in America that was produced in Mexico and then shipped to Kentucky where they build the Super Duties. So that's a little different. I understand that, it's assembled in America with global parts. That's what their big thing now is, made in America with global parts, globally sourced parts. But at least it's assembled in America. And plus, when stuff's assembled in America, it tends to be held to a little bit higher standard compared to a sweatshop in China.
Yeah.
When it comes to quality control, generally speaking. So, but all right. Well, that's the election that went on for a lot longer than I wanted it to. But,
yeah.
when you get a little fired up, you just keep on going and going.
Yeah, fired up by having a calm conversation.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
So, but you can get fired up to listen to these bangers of the weeks. Now you can listen to every banger of the week that we have in our Spotify
to hear you
playlist,
which
is in the description below. So I'm gonna give my banger of the week first. It's House of Sand by Nothing More featuring Eric. I'm gonna try his last name. I hope I'm saying it right. Vanlerberg. I believe he's the lead singer of Vanlerberg or Vanlerberg.
House of Sand?
House of Sand. Like a beach.
Sand.
House of Sand. I think I got the song.
I Prevail.
Yeah, it's Eric V of I Prevail. He's the lead singer of I Prevail with Nothing More. That's my it's a fairly new song. I think it's on their whatever the newest album of Nothing More is going to be that just came out not too long ago. Pretty good song, but Dillon texted me this earlier his banger of the week, which is a rarity. Usually we don't know each other's banger of the weeks going into it.
Dude, so you know what? I'm going to do 2 because fuck you.
I did 3 last week, so I can't complain.
Yeah. So, first banger of the week is Bloody Mary by Lady Gaga.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Not that kind of Bloody Mary. Decent song. I don't mind it.
Do you say Lady Gaga or say Lady Gaga?
Lady Gaga.
Okay, because I guess it's actually
Gaga?
it's actually Lady Gaga. At least so I've heard, but I also don't care because I don't listen to her shit. So
right. So
the give a fucks aren't there to give enough fucks. So
that's the first song, right? And then the song that I texted you. What is it? Leave a Light On by Papa Roach and Carrie Underwood. Now, both these songs came up in my Thumbprint Radio, which is a rarity. Like, very rarely do I ever get a song that I enjoy enough to like it and put it on my my playlist that I have, that are just songs that I really like. So, yeah.
So I listened to it, and
I swear to God, if you say you're not a fan, I'm gonna take this fucking little Squishmallow stress ball that I have and shove it up your ass.
It's kind of hot.
So go ahead, try me, motherfucker. See, we won't get heated about election shit, but we'll get heated
about music that really does not fucking matter.
Yeah,
your taste in music is ass. I think the song, and then the original version by Papa Roach, Leave a Light On. I think it's a pretty good song. It's all right. I mean, the one with Carrie Underwood, it doesn't do anything for me. It's just like, okay, yeah, it's the same.
Are you serious right now?
I'm serious right now.
Oh my God.
I mean, versus the original, I'm just like,
is this what you felt like when I say I don't like Nine Inch Nails Closer?
Kind of.
Oh.
I'm not just mad. I'm not just mad. I'm just disappointed.
No, yeah, I heard. See, I think the reason why I like it so much is because I heard the Carrie Underwood version first, rather than the original one. Because I did listen to the original one. I like the Carrie Underwood one better.
Oh, so you listened to the remake, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
First. Okay, see, now I understand that. Like, there's covers of songs where I like the cover more than the original, but I'm in the minority of that because I heard the cover first. And so when you hear the cover first, you think, oh, that's how the song's sang, because you think so-and-so actually wrote it. But then when you hear the original, it's like, oh, well, that's how I like that. I like that way better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because I said, there's songs that, but the original, it doesn't do anything for me more than what the original song does. I'm not saying it sucks. Like, if it comes up, it's not like I'm going to skip it like a Foo Fighters song. But it's not like I'm probably not going to go out of my way and search. And I didn't with the original song either. I haven't gone out of my way and search. You know, I really want to listen to Papa Roach, Leave a Light On. I've never done that. Go out and searched for it.
I haven't done that with any Papa Roach song. And I like a few of their songs.
So, but so I wouldn't do, so that's what I mean by it's just like, it didn't do anything for me in the sense that it wasn't anything. It wasn't like it was leaps and bounds better than the original. I think it's just, it's okay. It's fine. You know, if it comes on, it comes on. I won't do anything with it. I'll just let it play or, you know, but I'm not going to go out of my way and search for it other than the one time when I did to listen to it.
Right.
So now it's not to the point where I'm like, where it's like you with Closer, where like I play it when it's coming up, you know, you're walking down the driveway to my truck. You just look at me like you're going to murder my family. That, you know, because you can't stand that song for whatever reason. It's not to that point.
God, dude, there is. Oh my God, just thinking about that song pisses me off. Like there are very few songs, and like I said, I have tried to listen to that song. It just
is it just that it's just too weird or something, or
yeah, I think so. trust
'Cause
me.
I mean, if you listen to Nine Inch Nails' normal catalog, it's a little out there for what their normal catalog there, which is already out there to begin with, right? Right?
Because I listen to like meme songs, so it's like it's weird to me, but it's not. If that makes sense, I just don't enjoy it.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So,
4 big guys and a bust up. I don't know why, but that's exactly what my mind goes to every time I think of "Closer" by Nine Inch Nails. Like it's in that type of genre where I'm like, yeah, this is hilarious. Except with with "Closer," I'm like, yeah, no, yeah. But I don't dog on anybody's for their taste in music. I'm like, obviously, it's your opinion. You know?
yeah, everybody has their own taste in music. Like, it is what it is. You know,
No.
I might make fun of you for it, but I'm an equal opportunist maker funner. So
Exactly. That's how you got to live, right there.
that's right. So, all right, Dylan, what's up? Before we move on to a quick news article, before we do our top 5 comfort foods of Stupiders list, what is your facts of the week? Fact or facts of the week?
We got to start doing one fact of the week now because
You're running out of material.
well, no, not only that, it's it's what we used to do. I only
That's
did
right.
2
Okay, so we'll go back to the
facts
OG
of
way.
the-
We'll do. I'll change it right now, and because I have the S in facts in parentheses, we'll just change it to Dylan's fact.
There we go.
Maybe I'll capitalize the A and the F, A, and T in fact, but leave C lowercase.
Nutmeg is
Like
a
how you just like
hallucinogen.
smooth right over that. Like, all right, I'm gonna go right into this nutmeg thing.
Nutmeg is a hallucinogen, and eating as little as 0.2 ounces can lead to
Yeah, don't you remember?
convulsions.
Don't you remember we did the news story or whatever when teachers were saying that kids were bringing in nutmeg to school and huffing it?
Yeah, that's right. They were fucking eating nutmeg to.
No, they were huffing it.
They were huffing it.
Yeah, dude, if you can
Oh,
eat nutmeg,
shit,
you are
dude.
fucking crazy, dude. I remember, like, I think it was before you came to where we finished out our schooling, K through 12. We whatever class it was in, we like tried like different spices, and I don't remember the point of it. I think it was to be like, just because something tastes weird or bad by itself doesn't mean mixed with other stuff it can't taste good, right? And for example, like nutmeg by itself tastes god awful. If you can eat nutmeg straight up, you are a fucking psychopath. All right, but if you put that in like, coffee or in like a pumpkin pie or whatever, then yeah, it tastes pretty good, right? Because it helps give it a little zing or whatever you want to call it. A little extra
Zing,
oomph to make it good.
zanga.
Yeah.
Zunga.
And so I remember doing that, and we had like, you have nutmeg, you have I don't remember. There was we had like a half dozen different things, and if you can down nutmeg, man, you're something else. Something is not clicking upstairs. We want to make sure you don't Ted Bundy someone.
That's kind of weird. Male deer shed their antlers every year.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I did not know that. There you
Yeah, they shed. That's why. How the fuck do you think you find antlers on the ground? Long pause.
I was waiting for you to say something.
I did. I said, how do you think you find antlers on the
Yeah,
ground?
no. And then I was waiting for you to say something because I was just like, I don't know. It's fucking intrusive thoughts that are just like, okay, I'm going to shut up and see how long it takes for Colton to say something. No, but, yeah, obviously it's probably because they're shedding their antlers.
Yeah, they shed their antlers.
Well, like moose do that too.
Yeah, that's why they get. You see, it's. Then they say that's why you see like scrape marks on trees because they're scratching their antlers because they're getting the velvet off the antlers.
Yeah,
which is like like think of it like peach fuzz. Same idea.
Man, dude, moose are terrifying.
Dude, they just don't give no fucks. My favorite video of the moose is when he gets like hit by a car, does like a
three flips in the air. Yeah,
three flips in the air,
gets
and
up.
just gets up and walks away like, oh, what a minor inconvenience to my day, you cocksucker, and then just walks off. Meanwhile, the fucking car's waiting for AAA to show up because the bitch is totaled. Like,
Yeah,
holy
and
hell!
It's like halfway across the street. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
The car's in Alaska, the fucking engine's in Russia. Like, holy shit.
Dude, did you know that there are moose in Colorado?
Yeah.
I did not know this until today.
there's actually
a ring camera on, and like there was moose like coming.
It's rare. I don't think you can hunt moose in Colorado.
Yeah, more than likely not, but
I don't know. I know in Canada, obviously you can hunt moose, right? Especially if you are in Alaska, same thing.
Too, yeah,
Alaska. Well, think about it. If you live off the land, you don't necessarily need a license. You just have to kill them within season, right? You can't go and kill them without. And you have to follow the rules, right? You can't kill like caribou, you can't kill a female if it has you can't kill a female in general, but like some of them are like you can't kill them if they have a calf with them. You can only shoot bucks or males or whatever.
I think you would also have to report it too. Like, hey, I just shot and killed.
Maybe
legally. I don't know that.
Yeah, maybe they tag you or something like that. I don't know for sure. So for example, in Michigan, there are some moose in Michigan. It's estimated to be around 100 to 4. It's estimated to be around 300 to 400 totally, and they're all in the Upper Peninsula, right? And you can't hunt them, obviously. I think the greatest concentration of them, I believe, is on Isle Royale, which is in Lake Superior, right? It's way closer to Canada than it is to the Upper Peninsula. But moose were given full protection in Michigan in 1889, making it illegal to hunt moose for over 100 and what is that? 40 years nearly. 135 years. So it's been a long time. It's been illegal for a long time to shoot moose, but the most common places you would see moose are near Tequamanon Falls in the Uperland there. It's in I don't know if it's Lucy or Luce County. I don't know because it's probably Native American meaning. It's known as the moose capital of Michigan. So there's an extra little fun fact for you. So, let's roll into this news story. There's really no way to segue into it because holy shit. This person on the old YouTubes named Kelly White. She's 28, and she has a little bit of an interesting I don't know if you want to call it a hobby or something. She's got something going on that's just a little out there, okay? She lives in Long Island, and she's known as an adoptive mom to her 8 reborn dolls.
Huh?
Yeah, you heard me right. Reborn dolls. Now, I don't know what the fuck a reborn doll is. Means you shove it up your vagina and then pop it out or something. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I gotta look this up now.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Wait till I'm done. The cosplay lover, as the New York Post puts it, had originally wanted to use the doll as a prop, but began to feel attached to her.
Oh, yeah, scissor.
Over the last year, Kelly has grown her collection to 8 and says she spends around $2,000 on them.
What the fuck am I looking at? I didn't look it up. I looked up reborn dolls because I wanted to know what they are. I think I'm going to have to clear my search history. What the fuck is this?
What came up?
It's like really fucking realistic looking dolls, and it is creepy as fuck.
Take a picture of it and send it to me. Kelly, who is a content creator from Long Island, said, I've been waiting to be a mom since I was 8. I got attached to a first doll as if she was an adopted child. Suddenly I was spending clothes for her and on a bed, and they're comforting. I'm living my truth of the life I want as if I was a mom. Now, I don't know if she's like not able to have children for whatever reason. I don't know. Kelly came across.
There it is.
Kelly came across the video in October 2023 and bought her first doll, Jennifer. She said, I got really interested in the Reborn collection.
Oh, fuck.
as soon as I got my first toddler doll for my birthday last year. Mind you, she's 28. Jenny stands at 39 inches and has her own bed in Kelly's room. God damn, these fucking pictures, man. She started adding to her collection this year after she made some money through the TikTok Creator Fund. Oh my God, it's true. You can be popular in fucking anything. Kelly now has 2-year-old dolls. Summer, twins Molly and Anthony, Ashley, Elizabeth, Michael, and Adam.
Okay, sorry.
She's also planning to get a new one, Emily, this month. So do they like fucking grow or something?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
listen.
I don't get this.
So
I've left out a very key detail because I'm waiting till the end. But okay, go ahead.
So you know how like Google will like give you like other search options kind of related, like toys. Like these are the things that's under Reborn Dolls. Toys, cute, boy, toddler, pink, dress, Barbie, silicone, stroller, alive, kids, right? Makes sense.
Not the alive part, but all right. That's a little weird.
A little weird. Is also plus size.
What
the fuck do bigger people have to do with Reborn Dolls, dude?
No, I think it's because they're looking for plus size dolls, you nincompoop.
Oh, okay, like chunky dolls. Gotcha.
Yeah, I want a Campbell's soup. This is my doll, Campbell's.
Oh my God, that thing looks fucking ugly.
So she has a whole. This child adult, Kelly, has a whole fucking routine. Like, I make them breakfast and get them dressed up. Like, if they're going to go to fucking school or some bullshit. Right? And she's like, by 7 p.m., I get them all ready for bed and I play some songs on an ocarina? What the fuck is that? Ocarina? What the fuck's an ocarina? I got to look that shit up. I was in band and I've never heard of a fucking ocarina. What the fuck? It's a fucking Legend of Zelda thing. Oh my God. Fucking nerd to 11, man. Holy shit.
If I fucking walk into somebody's fucking house and they have these set up, I'm immeditely turning around and burning their house for them. Fuck you.
Yeah, you just walk in and here's Dillon walking out with the 5-gallon jug of gas, just throwing it everywhere. He's getting ready to light up a lung dart, take one big long drag off it, and just right into that bitch. She has a double stroller and takes it in turn and gives the dolls turns when it's their time to go out to the park or to restaurants. Dude, imagine if you're like at a restaurant, you're at freaking Applebee's, right? You're sitting down, Dan Campbell comes around, tells you to cover your mouth when you order your wings. You know, you're waiting for your shit to show up, and then this bitch over here is like, oh, look at someone spilled a little bit on themselves. You look over, it's a fucking doll, and it's just like, something's not good in the neighborhood, man. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, the elevator doesn't reach fully to the penthouse, does it?
Yeah, you're playing. You're not even playing with a euchre-sized deck of cards, hun.
I'm anybody who's
look up, like,
anybody
who's
not thing now.
Anybody who's not from like the immediate Midwest is like, euchre. What the fuck is euchre?
She wants to. God, it's even worse.
Kelly wants to adopt her own children, but is currently struggling to find work, stopping her dreams. Instead, she gets to practice with her dolls. I think if you keep doing this, if you go to the adoption agency, they're going to be like, no. just trying to guess here.
Dude, they have toddler ones.
Oh, I know.
And they're
fully aware.
Fucking worse, dude. They're
fully
even
aware.
Worse. Like, I'm sorry. If I'm looking at a realistic doll and it's smiling at me with teeth, I'm punching it.
Yeah. Kelly is now confident going out with her dolls, but says she does get negative comments online and in person. She says some people think it is weird. It's because it fucking is.
Fucking wonder why, dude.
It's not you're pushing around.
Hold on.
If you're 8 years old and you're taking your little Barbie for a stroll through the park, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's adorable. You're 20 man. What the hell?
Don't get me wrong. I can understand if you got these and you're expecting a baby, so you're trying to see okay, how's it gonna feel? You know,
nope. Sorry, no.
But
absolutely not. I don't care.
Even then, I wouldn't want it.
No,
I'm scared.
No, I don't care. No,
listen,
absolutely not. If you are if you have either started, gone through, or have had puberty, if you're pushing around dolls, you're right. You're playing with the fucking jokers out of a deck of cards, all right? And you don't even have all of that because something's not right.
I summoned Satan. Huh? What'd you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
My God.
Listen, I don't
you want to know what the
things, but that or
Dylan's gonna have nightmares. Dylan's gonna have nightmares.
Ventriloquist dolls. I'm actually terrified of those.
Dylan's gonna wake up.
Oh, dude.
Dylan's gonna wake up in the middle of the night, just like,
there's a fucking baby.
Where's Chucky?
But those were very fucking creepy. Oh shit.
So I left out one very important thing. And it's what drew me to the article in the first place. So like I said, she treats these dolls as if they were like her adopted children, right? And she starts them off as if they were newborns because they're reborn dolls. Which means she breastfeeds them.
What?
Huh?
Don't. What? You better say not right now, dude. What the fuck?
No, I'm straight up. She used to breastfeed her younger dolls, but now bottle feeds them, making milk, quote unquote, from flour and water. Now, I'm not a biology expert, but I'm pretty sure women don't make milk unless they have babies.
And not the fake kind of babies.
You know, you kind of need to pop out a motherfucking child to produce milk because that's how the body works. You know, if it's not like Dylan's sitting over there playing Call of Duty, and meanwhile his girlfriend's got to put the old breast pump on because, you know, they just produce it like it's fucking cows. No, that's not how that shit works. No, you got to have so how are you making breast milk? Or maybe it's like Dylan's coworker who was buying the shit and drinking it because he's fucking weird.
Dude, I totally forgot. I'm bringing that up Monday. I'm talking to him. Hey, you remember when you drank some booby milk? How'd you feel about that?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I wonder what that shit tastes like. But it's not like, it's one of the things where it's like, you don't, unless you're like with your wife or your girlfriend, you have a child, it's like, hey, squirt me a glass of that. What does it taste like? I'm just curious, right?
I would love a tall glass of
piping, of poppy, no, not the singer, piping hot titty juice, all right? Give me some of that shit. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, but like, if you're buying the shit off eBay, man, there is...
Hold on, I gotta look this up. Okay, I'm gonna go incognito mode.
Yeah, Dylan's learned if you look up rogue fucking dolls, shit goes real hairy real quick. Like, yeah, I don't understand that. That's a little fucking heebie-jeebies. I saw that because this was before. Because, like, when I was filling out the show prep, I'm like, you know, I think the election thing's going to take up a good amount of time. And I got a couple other things on here, which one of them we're not going to be able to get to because of time-wise. I'm like, yeah, that should be fine, you know, but, you know, I'll just do one news story. And then I found this one. I'm like, yep, I think we can hammer this one out just fine. Hey, shut up. Sorry. Fucking ad started playing, bastards. Yeah, it's just like, what?
There's powdered titty milk.
Yeah, it's just like dried. I would assume it's something similar to like dried milk. Dried milk is just
dried breast milk. Who is sending this shit?
My question is that after a while, women stop producing breast milk. So do you just be like, oh, honey, I've stopped. I'm slowing down my production. I'm only at fucking, you know, a quart a day. All right, time to have sex and pop out another child, and then abort it after 7 months so we can continue the breast milk fucking company. Maybe that's why there's so many people pro-abortion. I've finally figured it out. It's for this
for the breast milk.
It's for the fucking breast milk companies. I understand it now. It all makes sense. All right, after that, I need to talk about some comfort foods because I need to settle the fuck down, Dylan. All right, let's go on to the stupidest list. Top 5 comfort foods, Dylan. I'm gonna go first because I want to go first because fuck you. Okay.
If you fucking take any of mine,
I'm sure I'm bound to do it.
Milk.
I'm bound to do it. Do you know what? You know what? How much is powdered booby milk?
$149. Yep, you fucking heard me. I I have no idea. I didn't look that far into it. I just saw the price and I was like, oh, all right. I'm never getting it. I just wait. Hello? Oh, shit. Colton, you there? Everybody, he's gone. He's gone and I don't know what to talk about. It's just you and me, guys. He's just gone still. Probably get interrupted. Usually does. Let's see what to talk about. Giraffes are kind of weird. Long necks. Obviously they're more prone to lightning strikes than humans. Oh, great, he's fully gone. And we're still recording. He's fully gone. And we're still recording. Hey, you know what? I'm just happy it wasn't me this time. Hello. Oh, there it goes. I hope to God it's not still recording because, I mean, it's still recording, but I can't stop the recording. Colton has to. And it just keeps getting uploaded to his shit, so. Yeah, it's been a great 2 hours and 14 minutes. I guess we're stopping the show here. Nope, it's a one-man show right now. Let's see. Oh, he's back.
Oh, I think it stopped.
Oh, thank God. I've been talking out my ass for no reason for the entire time.
Yeah, well, like, you, cut out, and I'm like, oh, maybe did it just, not catch his last part of his statement? So, what, I'm back. It was me. For the first time, it was actually
I know!
me.
I literally said that. I was like, hey, at least it isn't me this time.
Well, I was like, oh, something happened to Dillon. Once again, ha, ha, ha. And then I look over, and my counter, on Riverside, which is what we use for recording this, the thing stop wasn't counting. It was stuck at 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 43 seconds. And I'm like, and then I go to move my mouse, and my mouse doesn't move. I'm like, oh my God, my computer just froze. And all I had was a website open. That was it.
The computer was like, you had the wrong website open.
Yeah, I was literally doing nothing, and it's like, no, man, no. You want me to run Call of Duty? No fucking problem. You want to read an article on Fox Business? No, thank you. Can't do that. That's too much white space going on in them backgrounds.
So
that's gonna be fun.
So
that's gonna be fun to fucking edit together. Yeah, on the Stupiders list. So I'm sure there's gonna be repeats. So that's why. You know what? How many honorable mentions do you have?
3.
I got 3 too. Okay, we should be all right then. Number 5 on my list for comfort food. And what I mean, let me set the ground rule. By comfort food, I mean, it depends on how you define comfort foods. I define comfort foods not in the sense where oh, they bring you comfort and all that. No, something that's a good, warm or home cooked meal that's simple. So not like steak is not a comfort food. Or some people say Mexican's a comfort food. I say it's not. Because it's not. Comfort food is I would say comfort food is something that's kind of southern things, southern dishes, not jambalaya or shit like that. But it kind of makes sense when I go through my list here. But
yeah, go ahead.
So number 5,
mine's different. So.
Okay, so number 5 I have is fried chicken. That is, fried. If it's obviously you can. Fuck anything up, as my computer's shown. You can fuck anything up. But if you get good fried chicken, even if it's from KFC, or if it's from, Bojangles or whatever, because up north we obviously don't have, I don't know of anybody who makes their own fried chicken. Now down south, everybody and their brother makes their own fried chicken, right? 'Cause it's a southern thing.
My family does.
I don't know of anybody. But okay, then you are the only people I know of that make your own fried chicken. Like when you mean like you actually get like raw chicken tenders, bread them yourselves and fry them yourselves?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so you're the only ones I know that do that.
There is different breadings, such as like you could do like the southern style, which is they use crackers and some other breading. I use panko. Panko is, oh my god, panko is like fucking godsend. If you ever fry something and you got to use breading for it, use panko. It soaks up oil, or it doesn't soak up as much oil as like breading would, and it's so fucking crispy. Oh, dude.
So, but what you're saying, it's a good thing to eat when eat when you're drunk.
Yes.
Help you sober up. So it's like speedy dry, soaks it right up.
So
yeah, my number 5 is fried chicken. Number 4 is like soup of any kind, and that includes chili, soup or chili.
You're a bitch.
Why?
That was on my list, you fuck.
Fuck you. Then take one of your honorable mentions there. So it's just, especially now that we're rolling into November, and that's where the comfort food came in, because during the summer, you're having burgers, hot dogs, steaks, whatever, stuff you cook on the grill more times than cooking shit in the oven. And that's how I would say, that's what a comfort food is to me. Something that you cook in the oven or on the stove, right? That's kind of what and rather than on the grill. Not saying that, you can cook some of this stuff on the grill, but when I think of it, I think of like, yep, it's a cold winter's day. Let's put something in the oven, right? That's a good idea. Let's do that. So I got soup and or chili. Doesn't matter the soup, doesn't matter, whatever. Number 3, and I'm going to put a asterisk by this, or not an asterisk, but a parenthesis by this. Beef stroganoff, but preferably homemade beef stroganoff. We have a recipe for our own stroganoff, and my god, is that shit delicious. Nothing against Hamburger Helper beef stroganoff, but man, it is hard to beat stuff you actually make on your own. Oh my god, the recipe we have is fucking nuts to butts action delicious. Number 2 is meatloaf. Meatloaf, and the only reason this isn't number 1 is because I'll get to it in a minute, but meatloaf is really, really, and I have finally found a recipe that's actually pretty good. It's just from McCormick. It's a very basic McCormick recipe, but you don't buy the McCormick seasoning packet. Like, they actually have the recipe on their website. Like, you have, it's like 2 pounds of beef. You get 1 egg, and then you use some onion powder, and you use some of this, you use some of that, some salt, some, and shit like that. So that, and it's pretty good. I'm sure there's better ones out there, but overall, I like meatloaf. You know who has really good meatloaf too for being mass produced is Stouffer's.
Listen, don't get me wrong, Stouffer's, amazing lasagna. Love their lasagna.
Oh, dude, especially if you get if you get the extra meat lasagna, shut me down, dude. Holy shit.
I can't eat it no more because the last time I had it, I woke up at 4 a.m. and almost shit myself with and I'm talking like it was not no solid shit. It was straight pissing out my asshole.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it was. Love it. It is delicious. Can't eat it. My stomach's like, you know what? No, fuck you. You enjoying this a little too much? No,
Dillon,
not anymore.
Dillon, you're an idiot.
Why?
This is not a newborn doll. That's Photoshop, dude. It's so obvious that's Photoshopped.
You motherfucker, that came from fucking Amazon.
No.
Yes. No. Yes, that's a.
Then you buy it off Amazon and you take a picture of it.
You! I am not. I'm not buying that shit off of Amazon. You prick.
Here we are getting riled up over fake dolls. Has nothing to do with us. It's only a news story. So yeah, but meatloaf is great. Like, there's been only like 1 or 2 things that I've had from Stouffer's where I'm just like, not my favorite. But yeah, like mac and cheese from Stouffer. Chum. Absolutely delicious, but not as good as my grandmother's mac and cheese, and that's the number 1 comfort food. She only makes it once or twice a year. She'll usually make it on. Does she make it on Thanksgiving? I know she makes it for sure on Christmas. I don't know if she makes it on Thanksgiving, maybe Easter. I don't remember. But that is, dude, I don't know what kind of what exactly all she puts in it besides
cheese.
Did you say
there was like a layer of artery blockage on top?
That's when you know it's ready, is when it's coming out of the oven in the corners. There's literally pools of grease in the corners of the pan. That's when like, yup, she's ready to serve, boys.
Guess what? Can't wait to block my arteries with this.
Holy hell, dude. Take that shit and you might as well, it's so good you have to take Tums right away. But it's so good. It's one of them. It is thebomb.com. It is, it's a good thing they only have it once or twice a year because, yeah, it's a heart attack on a plate. You have a good story about that. So we made the joke a long time that it's heart attack on a plate. And my grandparents used to have a motorhome and they'd go down to Florida every year. And, you know, she had some of the stuff left over from Christmas. And so she brought it down there. And so she gave it to a couple of people that they knew that, I don't know if they stayed or maybe they live near the motorhome park, but they, you know, they've met them and stuff like that. Well, like, so she gave him some of the leftover and stuff. And then 3 days later, the husband died of a heart attack.
Holy shit.
And so now it's like, holy Jesus Christ, Grandma. We made the joke that I was heart attack on a plate. Now here it's fucking killer pasta. No, obviously that's not. Obviously that's not what killed him, because just because you eat mac and cheese, it doesn't block your arteries in 3 days. It's a slow buildup, and it's like, oh shit.
Literally. Hey, we call this heart attack on a plate. 3 days later, heart attack.
Fucking,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
heart attack. Yeah, dude. Oh.
Yeah, you're eating at a holiday function. And you're like, hey, Grandma, my chest feels kind of tight. Oh shit. All right, so are you doing honorable mentions, or are we doing that last?
Doing that last.
Okay. I think I have these backwards. So number 5 is going to be nachos, specifically the way that we make them now. We call them super nachos. Literally, like, obviously, and I'm talking about everything's homemade, except for the chips, obviously. But we take pork roast, put it in the crock pot, leave that bitch in there for 8 hours, put some water in there, put some, whatever seasonings you like.
Yeah.
Take it out after 8 hours, put it in a bowl, shred it up, put some barbecue sauce in there. Dude, putting that shit on nachos, I'm glazing them nachos, dude.
See?
Oh, glazing. They're so good. Like, and I'm not, here's the thing. It's not like your traditional, like, nachos. It's because there's pork in it, for whatever reason, it's just so fucking good. Like, you put everything what nachos would come on. The meat is what's different. Now, you can add ground beef if you want, obviously. I've done that before. Not bad. Better without it, I think, but to each your own. Second one, I was going to do candy, but I decided to go even further and narrow it down to fudge. Fudge is good, especially during the holidays. Love it. Peanut butter fudge.
So what is your definition of comfort food? Because you just listed 2 things that I would not even put. I wouldn't even put within 10 feet of the word comfort food. I think
comfort food is, like, to me, is any food that not like, obviously, like, providing comfort, like any food that gives you any sort of good feeling, I think.
So comfort.
Not comfort, not like, oh, I'm sad, I'm going to eat this ice cream. No, that's like...
No, I'm not saying that, but, it provides you with, like, good memories and shit.
Well, that's nostalgic. Yeah, sure, comfort if you want.
So comfort.
But, like, fun. I think, like, any food that's, like, at least homemade food. Or, like, shit that's kind of quick and easy. If you want to bust it in and out, that can be comfort food, too.
What are you busting in and out of?
My girlfriend's we can't say that shit. Anyways.
Well, we can. I mean, there's only 2 words we've so far found out we can't say. But
what words?
I don't know. How about you? Do you know them?
No, I don't.
Oh, me neither.
Anyways, number 3, chicken tenders.
Okay.
You said fried chicken, but I went chicken tenders. I don't know why. Especially see, this is where I wouldn't necessarily say homemade. Any, like, KFC or, like, Popeyes chicken tenders, dude, I would fucking kill for those. Now, don't get me wrong. I love homemade chicken tenders. We bread them ourselves and stuff. Not bad. Pretty good. But restaurant chicken tenders, any restaurant, fucking love them. Obviously, I was going to put chili, but you already took that. For whatever reason, I'll never be able to eat this again until I go back to a physical school, which that'll never happen. Schools of mashed potatoes and gravy.
Why specifically school?
That's the thing. I don't know, except that it's really fucking good for absolutely no reason.
You mean like the pasty chalk mashed potatoes they give you
Yes.
with that mystery gravy that probably came out of the fucking
that
sink?
shit's fucking delicious. I don't care where they scraped it from. Could be your grandpa's asshole. It was good, all right? It was fucking good. And then...
Imagine poor grandpa the day they have, the fake Thanksgiving where it's like, all right.
I just hear in the background some old dude, help me! Help me! They're scraping my ass!
It's time for another round of the fucking chocolate starfish scrapings. No, it's like,
God.
hey, can I have extra gravy? Sure, they fucking pick his ass up, put a cheese grater to his ass, and just...
And then
my God,
number
extra
one comfort
chunky.
food- my number one comfort food, I think, is boiled dinner. Now,
That's a seafood thing, right?
No,
No?
you're thinking of a what is it called? I think it's just called a boil. Boil.
I think it's
That's a
called I think
crawfish
it's
boil.
called a low boil.
Low boil. Anyways, so people, somebody
No,
else.
it's just called a seafood boil. All right, it makes sense.
There we go. Glad we cleared that up.
Okay, so
boiled
then
dinner-
what's a boiled dinner then?
So what we put in our boiled dinner is, it's pretty much almost cabbage soup, right? But boiled dinner, we put smoked sausage, potatoes, onions, cabbage, and then we usually just fill it halfway through water so the cabbage will cook down, and obviously release all the water that's stored in the cabbage. That I don't consider it. It would be like a soup, but I just specifically boiled dinner is just so fucking good, dude. It's oh my God, just thinking about it, I could eat that shit all day.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
If
you put
the
chicken
closest
stock in it, pretty good.
I mean, the closest thing we get to boiled dinner, and I didn't put this down for a comfort food because we only do this once a year. It's around St. Patrick's Day. My mom will actually make corned beef and cabbage, and we'll have potatoes and stuff like that. And oh my God, that shit's so good, so good. But we only have it once a year, so I didn't put it down as a comfort food.
We have it every few weeks or so.
A boiled dinner.
Yeah, depending if we're in the
Sounds
mood
like
or
some depression dinner. Like, well, this is all we got. Just put it in the pot with some water.
You know what? It kind of is. As long as you season it, it's not. But yeah, it's like something.
What are the
like,
ingredients to it?
I literally just told you. Onions.
Water. Onions.
Onions. Potatoes.
Okay.
Smoked sausage. Might be a little bit of
Oh,
only rich people get that.
Oh, I worked an extra 3 hours this week. All right, got some overtime. Honey, break out the andouille.
Smoked sausage and then obviously cabbage.
Yeah, everything besides the smoked sausage is like $3 at Meijer. So
$3.50, and you could have a huge
piping
ass pot, by the way.
hot dinner of bland, soggy vegetables. Absolutely delicious. Give me some of that. I'll have seconds, please.
Yes. No, obviously you add fucking seasonings to it.
I get it. But if you just take it at its face value, it's like,
This bland
you
shit's
can literally,
pretty good, I guess.
It would cost you $6 at Meijer to put the shit together. A thing of cabbage, an onion, and a fucking water. Woo! Oh,
But
and
yeah,
if you really
it's,
splurge out some chicken stock, oh.
Which is like $1.49.
Yeah,
No,
I guess
but,
you could probably get
it's
the
not
you could probably get the mystery meat smoked sausage too, and there you go. You're up to an $8 meal. Feeds a family of 4.
In my opinion, it's pretty good, but some honorable mentions I put down is sugar cookies. Specifically to me, Meijer has like the holiday cookie things. They're hard cookies, hard sugar cookies. Fucking love those.
See, I'm not a big fan of hard cookies. I like soft. I like soft cookies.
No, don't you dare say it. Those fucking ones that are like, oh my god, we had these as kids.
No.
Okay.
I'm not saying sugar. Overall, I like soft cookies better than hard cookies.
God, you're a bitch.
Because I mean, first of all, hard cookies make a goddamn mess, right? You fucking break one off and you're wearing half of it, right? Because it just crumbles. But
Yeah, if you're a
soft.
goddamn animal.
What do you mean, goddamn animal?
I have not ate a single hard cookie that isn't all like where I get it all over myself. I have 8 cookies where there's nothing that falls. Because I'm not a fucking messy ass eater.
No, if you just break off a hard cookie, some of it's gonna fucking crumble. Cause it's hard. It's like fucking drywall.
What fucking cookies are you get? You ever been?
No, I'm saying for an example.
Yeah, yeah, sure, a little bit of crummage, but
Yeah, but if you have a soft cookie, crummage. Is that what's in Grandpa's asshole before you put it on the mashed taters?
Crummage? Ew. I don't want to use that word no more.
Yeah, that's up there with the McDonald's breakfast sauce. It's no longer in the words to be used.
Puppy chow. I like puppy chow. Puppy chow.
Dude, you've got some funky ass comfort foods. My God,
they're good. They just bring holiday spirit. I don't know what to say.
Comfort foods do not necessarily mean holidays.
That to me,
if I would have said top 5 holiday foods, I would have said top 5 holiday foods, not top 5 comfort foods.
Like if you were to bring these out during like the summer, yeah, it'd be kind of good.
Nobody's bringing out fucking eggnog on goddamn 4th of July.
They don't even make eggnog on Halloween, all right?
Yeah, I'm sure you can get it somewhere. You can buy fucking breast milk online for $149.
That's not true, motherfucker. There's eggnog wine.
What?
Yeah, there's eggnog wine.
You just broke my brain with that one.
Yep.
I just turned into this guy
We finally beat Medicare.
with that fucking comment. Huh?
And then, just, I guess, chocolate.
God, you're so fat. Look, all your honorable mentions. Candy, and more candy.
Shut the fuck up. No, it's not. Oh, yeah. It's all sugar.
What do you mean, no, the fuck it's not? Yeah, you said puppy chow, chocolate, and what was the fucking first one you said?
Sugar cookies?
Sugar cookies. It's all candy. Essentially, it's all candy.
It's not candy.
It's all, desserts. It's all desserts.
There you go.
And then you already
One of
had
them's
fucking
candy.
desserts in there with fudge, which, hey, hot take fudge, overrated. All right, moving on to my honorable mentions.
Excuse me, soft serve shit stain. What did you just say about fudge?
All right, this is going to be the third clip I've now marked to put at the beginning of the episode. That's probably going to be the winner. Soft serve shit stain.
Oh shit!
Fudge is I don't know. It's just too much.
Colin, you say some shit out of like things and then expect to move on, and I obviously can't let that shit slide. All right, so
well, I do it on purpose because I know it's an unpopular opinion, so I just kind of try to glaze over that and move on.
Yeah, we ain't glazing over nothing.
And see if I can backdoor that comment in with nobody noticing. And well, it's yet to work, but damn, I'm gonna keep trying. No, I think it's just like you go to Mackinac Island, I might. You know, I'm not gonna buy a whole brick of fudge because I'm not gonna eat it all. It's just too much. It's just, to me, they're like, They're too rich.
Hey, Colton. I know you're fat and all, but you know you're not supposed to eat the whole brick in one sitting, right?
No, I understand that. You know, but like, even if you gave me a week, I wouldn't eat the whole brick. Even if you gave me a week, it's too rich to me.
I can see where you're getting, what you're saying. Let me tell you something. I will make my peanut butter fudge. Okay?
I'm not a big fan of peanut butter, so try something else.
You are a fucking bitch. Oh my God, Guys, we're going to have to stop the fucking podcast because, well, you know, because this motherfucker doesn't like shit.
Dude, the last 20 minutes, ever since my computer decided to froze, it has gone off the rails since.
So, I
who would have thought debating comfort foods would turn into a fucking bloodbath?
I will have to say
guns and shit.
The fudge that I make, specifically the peanut butter fudge, I tried making chocolate fudge. It was good. Like you said, there was the problem of it being way, way too fucking rich. And I mean, like, you take a bite of that shit, teeth are instantly hurting.
Yeah,
it's just fucking rich. But
it's like you might as well just take a spoon. It's like you might as well just take a spoonful of sugar and just throw it down the hatch. It's the same thing. That's what fudge is like to me. It's so there. It just tastes so sugary and rich that it's just it's just too. No, I can't do it.
When you said spoonful of sugar, it reminded me of that Daz Blackfine where he's like, spoonful of cocaine. Don't forget to fucking pay. Oh shit.
So my honorable.
You're beautiful, even if you are fucking
ugly.
Damn. All right. Anyways.
Okay, my honorable mentions are with Thanksgiving coming around. This I've turned on to it more and more in the last 4 or 5
cranberry sauce.
4 or 5 years. No, green bean casserole.
Oh, even worse.
What do you mean even worse?
I would rather eat a jar of cranberry sauce.
Hey, you want to know what? I make my own fudge. You know what? I make my own fudge too. You know what I do? Ship it down to the fucking treatment plant. No, before green bean casserole, it was because I didn't ever really like green beans to begin with, and I still am not a big fan of them. I'll eat them, right? But I'm not going to be like going out of my way to eat them. Like, if there's an option, you order something at a restaurant, it's like, you have green beans or french fries. My fat ass is taking the fucking french fries, 111 times out of 10.
Motherfucker, how is green bean casserole a comfort fucking food? How many times in a year do you have it?
It's a fair point. That's why it's an honorable mention.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. You know, second honorable mention is really, I put it down pasta of any kind, but yeah, I guess I'll stick with that. Not pasta of any kind, but like I would say pasta dishes in general.
There's
like lasagna or like a chicken Alfredo or like a spaghetti or something like that.
I'll lay one on you right now. It's pretty good. You can look it up. It's a creamy tomato sauce pasta, and you use, again, smoked sausage. I don't know what's my deal with smoked sausage. That shit's fucking delicious. Eckridge, shout out, okay? Not sponsored, by the way. Eckridge Farms, all right? Is that who it is? Eckridge? Anyways, well, Eckridge.
They're a company that makes smoked
sausage. Oh, my God, dude.
Disagree, Johnsonville, but we'll move on.
No. Hold on. Johnsonville, brats all the way. Love those.
Oh, 100%. If you don't buy Johnsonville,
competition right there.
Yeah, if you don't buy Johnsonville brats, you have something wrong with your taste buds.
Eckridge, bologna, any kind of like mystery meat from Eckridge, pretty good.
Oh, so they're pretty good with the ass, lips, and mouth foods. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then my last honorable mention, grilled cheese. Super simple.
Oh my God, dude, that is such a good fucking choice, too.
Gets the job done, dude. Yes. Fucking grilled cheese. Get yourself a little bit of tomato soup. Fuck me, hits the spot, man, on them days.
Dude, oh my God.
And it's one of those, you know what it is with grilled cheese? It's like, normally,
dude,
I never sit there, but all of a sudden it's just like, you know what? You know what sounds really fucking good right now? A goddamn grilled cheese sandwich. You go make that shit and you just feel like, fuck yeah, this is American as shit. You know, I feel satisfied as hell.
I got plastic in my veins. I feel great.
Yeah.
To make it better,
barbecue sauce on my titties.
Like you can add like one ingredient to either make it like how you want it or make it better, like dipping it in tomato soup. Or what I like to do, sometimes every once in a while, I like to get a little wild and
put
add
cum in
a
it.
slice. All right, see you guys. This has been the Functional Idiots podcast. We'll leave it right here. No, ham.
So you're like halfway. You're just halfway to making a fucking ham and cheese. You just made a ham and cheese sandwich.
Exactly. Except it's a grilled cheese, so it's even better.
So why don't you just put it in a fucking panini then, and you just post some turkey on there? You got a panini.
Do I look like I have a fucking panini press?
You don't look like you press anything but fucking pillows down on the fucking bed, you fat ass.
Actually, I have 3 of them, so they hold me up. Fuck you.
Yeah, Dillon's got a body pillow. Well, it was a body pillow.
I like how this episode is just fucking gone. Like,
yeah, like I said, ever since my computer froze, it was like the best thing that happened because it's gone off the fucking rails since. No, like I said, grilled. It's just because it's so. I think what's the magic about a grilled cheese is just that it's so simple. It's so you look from start to finish. You can make a grilled cheese in 5 minutes.
Dude, there have been some people who've like added like 3 different cheeses, and it's
no, you just throw some of that fake ass Kraft single shit on there. Call it a day.
No, I'm talking about like where they make it like gourmet on purpose to see if they can. Some of that shit looks good. Now there was this one dude.
Hold up.
Took it a little far.
A gourmet. We're talking about grilled motherfucking cheese.
I know. How do you make a grilled cheese gourmet? They fucking did it. I don't know how, but they did. All right, now you're gonna be paying an arm and a leg for a fucking grilled cheese because it has gold flakes in it. It's like, I hope I don't get cancer from this, but whatever.
What's the point of putting gold flakes on food?
To make you look
other
rich
than just
and stupid.
Yeah, besides that, but I mean, like, what is it make it actually like the shit taste good, right? So does it turn like dog shit into like bacon? Like what you know what I mean?
It's like a little fairy dusting of it. I'm gonna put some on my butthole and fucking fart and be like, yeah.
Oh, so it's grandpa's asshole.
No, it's our asshole this time.
Oh, okay. It's just like I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I think it's just for rich assholes to be like,
okay.
I have gold in my food. I don't care. I have gold in my ass for all I know. I don't give a fuck. Guess what? Grandpa over there has a glass gold dildo. Guess where that's going? In his fucking pee hole. But you don't see him fucking talking about it, do you? Shit.
How big is Grandpa's urethra? Holy shit.
Hey, they can make some slim dildos, all right? slim thick.
Yeah, they usually package it up and call them Slim Jims.
Slim Jims. That should be a new dildo line, Slim Jims.
The Slim Jim. It's for those virgin pussies.
Sleek yet discreet. There's the tagline. There we go. We made a new product.
There
for
we go.
Fuckers.
Nope. That's gonna be the episode leader now. Sleek but discreet. The Slim
bitch.
The Slim Jim. Do you ever have those times where you just wish you could just crank her up when you're out in public? Use the Slim Jim. It's sleek and discreet. You can shove it in or out, and nobody will know what's going on. You put it hooked up to your leg on your calf, man, you could go all day long. The Slim Jim. Brought to you by Baldhead.
Baldhead?
Yeah, don't you know they make those like
Mushroom Tip Enterprises.
Mushroom in the Forest Productions. Oh my god!
Shit.
So go back to the cum and cheese grilled cheese here. Have you ever put? Now I'm assuming you make a grilled cheese. You take your bread, you butter the outsides, I guess you would call it, of the bread, right, so that it doesn't stick to the pan and it can crisp up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you put cheese in there. And then, have you ever done it with mayonnaise?
Do I look like a lard ass? No.
Yeah, you do.
Not.
Actually, you actually do. If I'm being honest,
that is true. Yeah.
So that was maybe not the best comparison to make.
Do I look like a jar of mayonnaise? Yeah, you do.
No, you don't put. No, I'm not saying you put mayonnaise. You replace the butter with mayonnaise.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
you don't layer it up like you would on a sandwich. I mean, you probably put it on thinner than you would actually butter.
Never.
But
never.
It just crisps it up differently. If that makes sense.
I think. Yeah. Since I. Okay, let's get into like that. Well, actually, mayonnaise would probably sear it a little bit better because it is lard. It is technically fat. If you really
that's
think
why
about
it's
it.
absolutely delicious.
Yes, it is.
Hellman's all the way. I'll fight anybody on that.
Also Hellman's. I can't eat any other brand.
No, if you're one of those
like weird,
if you're one of those crazy, if you're one of those
ass.
All right, if you're one of those crazy bastards who eat Miracle Whip, we need to have a chat. Okay, Miracle Whip is miracle shit. All right, because you don't know where it came from, you don't want to know where it comes from.
It's a It's technically like what is it?
Mayonnaise is technically a salad dressing, which is weird, but
that's why there's like not very healthy salad, like chicken salad, tuna salad. Not very healthy because it's fucking mayonnaise. That's the salad dressing.
But damn, is it delicious. Especially a good egg salad sandwich.
Dude, egg salad? I used to hate it when I was a kid, dude.
That's because you finally left the fucking red wall here and wasn't communist no more.
I think the best thing to put on a brat is mayonnaise. Mayonnaise and ketchup.
Yes,
dude,
yes.
fuck,
Why do
dude.
every time people are like, oh, you're putting mayonnaise on a brat? Fuck yeah, I am. It's schmeat in a bun. It's gonna have mayonnaise on it. Okay, if it's a burger, mayonnaise. Hot dog, mayonnaise. Brat, mayonnaise. If it's meat on bread, it's getting mayonnaise. All right.
I love lathering my German sausage in white stuff.
That's right.
God
no
damn it.
need to be sexual about it either. You can just throw that shit on there and nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows the difference. Doesn't even taste salty.
You got white stuff in there, Jim. Yeah, and
yeah, and it's mayonnaise. Why is it in your hair though? Huh?
Huh? Why does it look more clear than white?
Why does it smell a little musty in here?
Ew! Fucking nasty.
Is that mushrooms in your sock? What's going on over there?
Oh, fucking gross. Dude's got a whole fucking ecosystem in his sock because he
talk about planting a seed.
Oh shit. Looks brown and crusty.
Dude, imagine if you like walked in to like someone's house, right, and they fucking beat you with their gum sock. Because it gets all dry and fucking like hard and shit, so they just beat the shit out of it.
Fucking make a shake out of it.
Yeah.
Man, one man dead after breaking and entering, shanked by a cum sock. Oh shit.
We've asked the police. He is expected to be okay, but is going to have twins.
Oh shit.
Oh my god. Okay, let's get out of this fucking train wreck and wrap this shit up.
Yeah, no fucking shit. Holy fuck.
Guess we're not playing Call of Duty tonight.
Oh no, I still am.
Oh, I am too, because I like to get shit on. Again, this is the most fun I've had on Call of Duty multiplayer in probably 4 or 5 years.
It is actually pretty entertaining. Not gonna lie.
So, speaking of entertainment, we got to support the ladies out there, man, with our pornstar birthdays. And I got to mark that so I can edit this out for the old Twitters. So, for our 3 hot shots, I guess you can call them this week, we have Mina K. Just the letter K, as in like special K. And she's special, all right, as she celebrated her 30th birthday today, being born on November 8th in 1994. A Latvian from Latvia, of all. She started in porn at the age of 22 in 2016, standing at 5'3" with 34 A's. You can polish the chrome dome to her literally 300 credited films, such as Licking Toes and Pussy. Teen takes the monster Shaft, which is, I'm assuming, came out around Halloween. Damn it, why didn't we come up with that for Halloween-themed porn titles. Submit to the clit. Or if you want to watch something a little bit more mature, you can watch her in Grandpas vs. Teens 24 and 26.
All right.
What?
Really, like... How the fuck did we get to, like, relating everything to a grandpa now?
Yeah, well, you brought it up with fucking grandpas back there with ass shavings in the school gravy.
Whoa. I said grandpa's back there, and you brought up ass shavings.
No, you brought up that shit with butthole shavings. Motherfucker, I will go back and listen to this shit. You're the one who brought it up.
Oh, yeah, that is true, because I said even if they make it with someone's asshole shaving or whatever.
Grandpa, help me. Sounds like
help me.
Sounds like Joe Biden. He's like, help me. Let me smell your hair.
In this movie, they're going to smell each other's clits.
Grandpa, your asshole tastes extra delicious today. Thanks, Johnny. Such a happy birthday to Violet. You say it's Gems. She turned 23 years old, or she will turn 23 years old. Well, I guess when this comes out, she turned 23 years old on November 9th, being born in 2001. An American from Miami, Florida, Vice City. 2021 is when she began her porn career at the age of 20. Only a shorty at 4'10", so a shotgun. With 34 C's, you could spank Elvis. To her, over 115 accredited films. Such as Big as Her Head. Which,
What the
I mean,
fuck?
Granted, she's only 4'10", so her head's only probably 8 inches tall,
I need this monster condom for my Magnum
dong. That's right. You can also catch her in Milk and Titties. There's so many callbacks already, and it's not like we planned this out at all. Or you can watch her in Joe Biden's favorite, Quid Pro Cum. Or you can also watch her in Dillon's girlfriend's Brianna's favorite, I Ain't No Fucking Dishwasher.
Back in the kitchen.
So happy birthday to Violet Gems. And finally, a happy birthday to Stella Cox. Cox. She turned 24 years old on November 7th, being born in 1990. An Italian from Rome, Italy. She started in porn at the age of 23 in 2013. Standing at 5'4" with 32 Ds, she has been nominated for the awards: Most Spanked to Girl of the Year, ATM Machine, which if you don't know means ass to mouth, Best quote unquote just got fucked hair, Best Spitter / Drooler, and Dillon's favorite award, Most Fuckable Feet.
What the fuck?
She's won the award. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay? I just put down what I see. She's won the awards: Facial Cum Target of the Year, which comes up quite often, Gangbang Girl of the Year, Imported Enchantress of the Year, and the Sexual Jedi Award. You can tickle Elmo to her nearly 500 credited films, such as Ass Reaming Pussy Squirting Hookup.
What the fuck? What the?
Ass reaming pussy squirt. What? Okay. Sticking with the ass theme, you can also watch her in Put It in Her Ass 16. We're gonna go back to a grandpa one here with the one she's in. Bend Over, the old fucker. Bend over. Or you can watch her in the ever favorite Harry Potter and the Griffin Whore.
God fucking damn it, dude.
Ooh,
some of these... Listen, some of these, right on the nose, right?
Ooh.
Right on the nose. Ass fuckers, 3,000. I don't know. However, some of these cook, dude.
Some of these cook for no reason. And they don't need to. In the Harry Potter and the Griffin Whore. And they don't need to cook that hard, yet they do. Oh my god. So happy birthday to those women. All right, Dillon, let's move on to our Functional Idiots of the Week. And who is your winner for Functional Idiot of the Week?
Nose jobs, any kind of body job, I don't really care.
Plastic
all too
surgery
much.
in journal.
Yeah,
In journal?
Yeah, in journal. Jesus Christ. We've
Yeah, I'm
been
gonna
running
write-
for
I'm
so
gonna write-
long that we're like, you know.
I mean, yeah, we're going to write it in my diary.
So, plastic surgery in general, don't really give a fuck about. You know, if you want to do it, go ahead, do it. Except, Whoville nose job.
I'm sorry, fucking what?
The Whoville people from, like, you know, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yeah, fucking
40 Years
Dr.
of Who.
Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. Yeah, some people are doing the quote unquote Whoville look, and now one lady went viral for a video showing the Whoville look. Oh my god, dude, that looks fucking holy shit. That looks scary as fuck.
I actually had to look it up because I didn't know what the I haven't seen the Grinch in a while, probably since last Christmas. So I needed to.
But yeah, it's where they just basically turn their nose up, and I'm looking at one lady's. It is like a whole completely different fucking nose.
That is.
It looks almost like a completely different lady.
Yeah, I don't.
Don't know how I feel about that specifically. If you want to look like a Dr. Seuss character, go right ahead. I just think it's stupid, but whatever.
Hey, at least they ain't got, like, you know, looking like the Grinch out here.
Get enough chlamydia and gonorrhea, you will.
Trivia question for you. What is the name of the Grinch's dog?
Max.
Oh, well, good job, Dylan. You get a gold star.
I'm a fucking cinema nerd, dude.
All right. What's the name of Jack's pussy velociraptor vagina thing?
Fart bucket.
Nope, you're wrong. It's called No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa!
So, my functional idiot of the week is me right there for that fucking comment. So with the presidential campaign over, you know, like I said, there's no more political ads. Thank Christ. But a lot of money gets thrown around in political ads, right? And not just for overall. Doesn't matter for state, senate, legislator, Congress. I guess it's the same thing as legislator. President, governor, shitloads of money is spent on political ads. Well, the Harris campaign and allies, now I'm assuming and allies would be like those PACs where they like make an ad said this is not endorsed by any candidate, but you can tell it's pro-Trump or pro-Harris or whatever because of the message they're trying to come across or bring across. The Harris campaign and allies have spent more than, guess how much money they spent on political ads this year?
$300 million.
Q. $1.4 billion
Holy
on political
shit.
ads. In a race, they lost. Oh my God. That would be like a quarter. An entire like financial quarter for a lot of companies. Gone. Just gone. Oh my God. That almost... I mean, obviously you don't spend the money. You don't spend the money intending that you're going to lose. You do it, but it's like, it almost is painful to see. You spent $1.4 billion in political ads, and then you still fucking lost.
That's crazy.
Maybe your message wasn't good or the candidate you put up wasn't good. I'm just taking a wild stab at it. Because I don't know how much the Trumpster spent, but I know it sure as fuck wasn't that much. And then this also secondary functional idiot is, so once again, sticking with the Harris campaign here. So for the victory campaign rally, whatever the hell you want to call it, as they call it, the election eve concert. You know, obviously that's not free. They got to pay for the people to, you know, the singers of the to go there to perform the concert, all the infrastructure to put up it and all that stuff, right? It's not cheap. Well, the Kamala Harris campaign election eve concerts I've said to cost up to $20 million.
Damn.
How much? $20 million? How do you spend $20 million on fucking concerts? Oh, and now the staff and the vendors are feared that they won't be paid because the campaign is in debt by the same amount. Whoopsies. Wait, I mean, so it's unfortunate because if the staff and the vendors, they'll sue, right, to get their money, as they should, right? You were hired to do a job. You should get paid for that job, right?
Right.
It's not, you're not a charity. So, I guess there was 7 swing state concerts on election eve, featured performances by Bon Jovi in Detroit, Christina Aguilera in Vegas, Katy Perry in Pittsburgh, and Lady Gaga in Philadelphia. And I guess no one so far is going to get paid for it. Whoops. So, I mean, I would assume that they'll swing it this way. I don't know who would, how, I don't think you could use campaign funds on this because I don't know what the campaign rules are and stuff like that. But I don't think you could use, donated campaign money for it. Because that's not what it's not intended to pay for fucking concerts, right?
Donald Trump, I think if I'm reading this correctly, spent a little over $1 billion.
Well, Trump and then everybody, the other PACs that, like the Make America Great Again PAC, which he doesn't, the ones that say it's not endorsed by any candidate, but you can tell it's a pro-Trump ad or whatever. But he won at least.
Right.
It's just, it's just sickening to see that much money spent for one person to be in power in the U.S. I mean, it's just, it's so, like, call it $2.5 billion was spent for one of 2 people to be president. I mean, it's just sickening that's what it's come to, and we're spending that much money on it. It's unbelievable. So, but yeah, I hope these people that, even if you're one of the concert goers, even though whatever, the staff, the vendors, whoever, I hope you get paid because, again, you were hired to do a service, provide entertainment. I hope you get paid for it. Because that's, again, what you're hired for. So,
right.
That's my function aid of the week. The ludicrous amount of money that's spent on these election things. And then, what do we need to do? Yes, I'd like to get paid for my concert. Do you take a check? No, I'd rather have it in cash. What do you take Monopoly money? I got that kind of cash. I can give you 500 if you want that. Sure. So, well, that's all we got for episode 51 of the Functional Idiots podcast. Once again, over 3 hours long. I hope this does not become a common occurrence, but it so far is turning into one.
I like how we started out this podcast with, an hour and a half to 2 hours. Now we're over 2 hours, and now we're reaching 3.
Yeah. Well, when we first started, I wanted to be within the hour and a half to 2 hour club, and then we kind of pushed over 2 hours because then we started getting more comfortable and kind of filling out and stuff like that. And then now it's like, damn it. Like I've had a video on here for Functional Idiots React for 2 weeks now. And I guess we're going to have to push it off the next week and hopefully we still put it in. So, if you want to follow us on Twitter, it's @FunIdiotShow. Email us and tell us why your opinions suck. And agree with me why fudge is overrated. You can email us, functionalidiotspodcast@gmail.com. You can subscribe to us on YouTube. That's Functional Idiots Productions. And am I missing one? Oh, and if you wanted to, you could support us on Patreon, which, I mean, even if you pay in the $2 a month club, you get the podcast out usually a couple days earlier than when it comes out for the regular people. So if you feel like that's worth $2 to you per month, more power to you, man. You can do that at patreon.com/Functional Idiots Podcast. Don't do it through the iOS app because then you'll get dinged more money. As Dillon found out with YouTube Premium. That was so damn funny. That was so damn funny. It's like $18 a month. No, Dillon, it's 13. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. It's $18 a month. It's 13. What are you doing through the iOS app? You retard. So, until next time. Whoop, that's the wrong way. Until next time, don't be like Dillon and don't be dumb.